up, K-Sap? Yeah. James Ford, that's me. Let me talk to him. Let's get it.
Simply ball dropping, simply ball dropping. Chopping up these topics, man, I'm simply ball dropping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Driving coast to coast, making moves, ain't stopping. Nah.
Hey, let me put you on game. These other podcasts out here talking that shit, but ain't repping the same. Nah, this my bro K-Sap, chopping up topics for your optics. From politics to your top picks. Tune in, you gotta watch this. Exclusive material for your radio, stereo, pumping high definition. Stop what you doing and listen. We smashing all competition. You better jump on this wave. Somebody pass me a mic, man, I got something to say.
And now, your host of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast, the man behind the mic, K-Sap.
Yo, what's good, everybody? What's good, man? Welcome to another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. I'm your host and the man behind the mic, K-Sap. And today, we back at it, man. We got our roundtable talk. We got our hot topics, man. We got a couple, things that we're going to throw out there. And I'm waiting for people to tune in, and we're going to get right off into it. But first of all, I got my panel with me today. I got my co-host riding shotgun with me, Miss Kanisha Sappington. Welcome back.
What's up, y'all?
All right, we got Sheena Hunt back in the building.
Hello.
And we got B Hunt back in the building.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're gonna jump this thing off. But first of all, y'all know we in Texas, and last week we had what they call a wintry mix that kind of shut the city down, and it was kind of funny. But it wasn't funny. We made the best out of a bad situation, but we enjoyed ourselves, man. We had Sheena and Brandon and Deja. They accompanied us down at the house here because of certain situations and stuff with the power and the water and stuff like that. So, at this particular time, we was fortunate to have, the space and stuff to hold people. So, I just want to talk to my panel here about, last week and what they went through. So I'll go and open it up. So Kanisha, as far as the wintry mix, how did you feel about it?
Ooh, it put a lot of things in perspective. You flipping on your lights every day. You going in there and you're going to cook regularly. You going to wash your clothes, put your dishwasher on. Kind of put us into a reality check, like that could be taken away at any moment. But needless to say, of course we were blessed not to be without power for a long period of time, but just for the times that we were, it was crazy, but we made it. We did good. We told stories, and yes, Kareem did card tricks, y'all. We had all kind of stuff going on over here, but we had a good time.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, me and B Hunt, man, even though the power was out and stuff like that, but me and B Hunt, we fired that grill up, man. So we had enough food to go around for everybody.
They did the thing, y'all. They went out and found us crab legs and everything in the snow.
So we was on the hunt, man, and that's why his name is B Hunt, because we was on the hunt.
Yes, sir.
So Brandon, how did you feel about the little wintry mix?
Oh man, shoot. I think I got the most rest out of, hey, I like to rest. So it worked out for me.
Worked out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good food, good rest.
Yeah, like I said, me and B Hunt, we fired that grill up, man. So we had plenty of food to go around, man. So and the thing about it is, Sheena, so how did you feel about it?
Initially I was like, man, because we lost electricity and we lost water. So we didn't have either of those, but we really thank the Sappingtons for letting us stay with them. I didn't want to impose, but man, they had the best hospitality, and we just appreciate it because we're just thankful for y'all. Most definitely, we had plenty of food. Our guys, they got on the grill,
Beat y'all some spades.
Yeah, we beat them down on some spades, y'all.
See, why y'all trying to bring up old
They want to
stuff?
bring up the old stuff. They They did all right, you know. They did their thing.
What you mean we did all right, man? We beat y'all
I
down
mean,
today,
because we
but
don't really play.
We don't play. This me and
Alright,
Kanisha
excuses.
first time playing.
After the podcast, y'all, they want it.
They won.
but they was
We'll give it to
competitive
them.
though, so I'm not
We'll give it to
even
them.
gonna
Yeah, they tried.
We'll give it to them.
I'm not even
We
gonna
tried.
front, man. They was real
We
competitive.
tried.
But the thing about it is, man, you know, we made a lot of memories, man. We watched some movies, we had some hot topics, we had some debates, and that's how we come up with some of these discussions for this roundtable talk. And it's kind of funny that I mean they was playing Jenga. I mean the power would go out for 30 minutes, it would come back on, and while it was dark, I would tell some jokes. And you know, I just had them laughing.
Yes.
So we had a good time. Like I said, we made a bad situation into a good situation,
Most
man. Because you know,
definitely.
being around some genuine people, man, that you know you can kick it with through times like this, and it was fun, man. We had fun, but you know, for a lot of people out here in the state of Texas, man, their power was out for days. Some people still don't have no running water. Some people have dirty water. They got to boil their water, but you know, for us on our side, with the water company, they gave us the okay to, you know, keep moving. So we didn't have to boil the water that long. But, you know, other than that, man, you know, Texas, and then the following week, it was 70-some degrees here this past week.
On the patio.
Yes, patio weather. So, you know, everybody was eager to get out. But, you know, as soon as that sun came out, you know, that snow melted away. But, you know, me being from the East Coast, as soon as that snow hit, I went out there and cleaned out the driveway, cleaned out the walkway, and, you know, things like that. You know, a couple of neighbors was out talking to me. They was cleaning up as well. But, you know, that's just the East Coast in me. But we're going to get the show kicked off. We got an interesting hot topics tonight, and it's going to get interesting. So, you know, everybody, you know, who's tuned in, feel free to chime in. We're going to start it off. Like I said, we posed a question. I'm going to open it up, man. And the first question that, you know, we're going to ask, I mean, if everybody's listening and tuned in, we're going to get it off. And the first question is, I mean, y'all can see by the poll on Facebook. This is, you know, relationship talk right here. If you have a huge disagreement or argument with your significant other, who do you go to for advice and why? That's if you even go to anybody for advice. So I'll start off with Sheena. I mean, in a situation like that, you're a married, you know, young lady. I mean, if you get into a huge argument with your significant other, I mean, who could you seek advice from, or do you go to anybody for advice?
Right. So huge argument or anything, first and foremost, me personally, I'm more of a private person. So I'd rather keep things in-house. Like I'd rather keep it between me and my husband, and we try to figure it out. But if I had to go to someone, if I just had to just express it or get it out or make sure I wasn't wrong or whatever the case may be, I would go talk to my father. Because for one, he's going to be in the middle. He's not going to judge. He's not going to talk bad about myself or my significant other. And I know what I tell him, it won't go no further than me and him. So therefore, that's who I would talk to. I know he's going to give me the best advice, and it's going to be genuine. And I value everything he says. So I would definitely go to him. But first and foremost, we're going to keep it between me and my husband. We're going to try to work it out.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's a great answer, man. And I think, you know, being married, a lot of people, you know, could listen to that and take heed to what you said. I think a lot of people in familiar situations being married, they probably have the same approach as you. And I'll ask Kanisha. I mean, you know, me being married to Kanisha, she probably got the same answer I got. But how do you feel about the situation?
I'm with Sheena on the part of course, we're going to try to keep it in-house if we can. You know, I definitely want to. I don't think we've ever gotten to a point to where I just felt like I needed to go talk to somebody. I could just let myself cool down and everything will be fine. Or pray about it, you know. Yeah. But if I had to talk to somebody, it would be my mom. My mama, everybody know my mama. So, and how close we are. So any and everything or anything. I'm saying if I had to tell somebody something or ask an opinion, it would be her. And I say that because the same thing with your father. He's not gonna judge. She's not gonna judge. She may even tell me, "Oh no, Kanisha, you might been a little wrong on that one."
Right.
But you know, she gonna keep it real with me no matter what. So I know that she's not gonna be judgmental.
Right.
So yeah, my mother, hands down.
Okay, that's a good answer for the people out there that's close to their mothers. You know, in a lot of relationships, they always say mothers know best, and ain't nothing wrong with getting advice from your mother. But if you don't have to seek advice, then you know you keep it in house. But if you do have to go to somebody, I feel that you know you can't go wrong by going to your mother or your father or your parents in general.
Right.
So Brandon, in a situation like that, I mean, if you would had a heated discussion and you needed some advice, who do you run to, or do you run to anybody?
Yeah, I try to keep it in house first. But if I need the advice and you know what I'm saying, just get a, you know, overall perspective of it or whatever, I would probably call my best friend Kenny. I'm gonna say that because he's more likely to take my wife's side, you know, and I know but sometimes you have to hear that. It's like, you know, he her defense. So therefore, you know,
You can hear it coming.
I can hear it coming from somebody else versus the person that was I'm having an argument or you know disagreement with.
Right.
And you know, he's married and you know, and we
Does it matter if you're married and you go and get advice from someone who's single? I mean, what you think about that?
That depends on the person, I guess, because I personally I can't relate to that, you know. And I can't go back to my mom to talk about my problems with wife because it's my mom. We have a son-mother relationship.
Right.
So she's not gonna feel Sheena's side, you know.
Right.
Whereas, you know what I'm saying, she's gonna gravitate more to my side.
Right.
And I know that. So I don't want to hear that from her.
Exactly.
And then my dad, he just kind of like, you know, do what you gotta do,
Yeah.
whatever. Just handle it.
He's just cool as
Yeah, he's just too cool. So
Michael Hunter's like,
I need somebody that's kind of gonna be compassionate and kind of stern and hard and let me know when I'm wrong. And we ain't gonna fall out about it, you know.
Exactly.
So yeah, I need to know when I'm wrong too.
That makes a difference. You don't want to have, because a lot of people tend to go to that person that they feel like is gonna take their side.
Yes.
Right.
But you don't need that. You don't need that person that's gonna be like, girl, call you out on your stuff.
Right.
Or vice versa.
Yes.
Man, let me call you out on your stuff. You know what? Nah, honey, you might have shouldn't have said it that way.
Exactly.
That might have came off wrong.
Right.
And then it kind of gives you a reality check, like, wow.
Being that he's known me for so long, so it's kind of like, nah, I know you didn't say it like that. You said it like this or that, you know. And I'm like, well, yeah, I did, but you know, it's good, genuine advice, you know, from him.
Yeah, I could understand where you're coming from, and you know, I guess I have a different approach to mine because it's kind of funny. I think y'all probably already know, but you know, I've always tried to keep things in house, and if we can't figure it out on our own, then you know, if I did have to go to somebody, I go to my brother-in-law, Mr. V. He's a member of the Simply Ball Dropping family. You know, he's married to my sister, but I can always talk to him about anything if I needed that advice, because you know he's one of them methodical, you know, politically right people, right. And you know, I got to listen to every avenue that he displays and comes across and tells me this is how this is how it be, what happened here, what happened there. But if I did have to seek advice, I could always talk to him. And it's funny, I was telling y'all that, you know, I being with Kanisha over 20 plus years, like my parents I was telling you about before my mother passed away, they probably don't know nothing about me and Kanisha besides that we married, we live in Texas, and we got 3 kids. That's probably as far as they know. They probably know nothing about our relationship.
Right.
That's good.
So, you know, that's the craziest thing. Like, I've never really even talked to my dad about my relationship. None of my relationships.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know when I was young, my father used to always, you know, tell me about relationships. This is what you're going to come across. But I've never went to him and talked to him about none of my relationships.
No.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't think he knows what his son was out there doing.
Right.
He just see the results.
That's probably why
you know
you didn't want to tell him.
You know what I'm saying? He see the results.
Right.
You know, he see the results. So, you know, it's like that's just me. Like I said, my parents, you know what I'm saying, they probably didn't know nothing about me and Kanisha's relationship.
Right.
But if I had to seek advice, you know, I could talk to my brother-in-law any time of the day. So that's a beautiful thing.
And he's talked to both of us actually at the same time.
Right.
And he'll call us each out on whatever we think it may be, you know, like a disagreement.
Sometimes
and
you
I'll be
need
like,
sometimes
you need that.
Yeah.
You know, you need that because you're in the midst of it and you don't know, you're listening to respond and not listening to, you know, actually listen to what I'm saying. Oh, so what I'm hearing you say is XYZ.
Right.
And then the way I said, he might interpret it totally different. And tell it to me different. So I'm like, tell me what you heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'd be totally different.
You see, the thing about people that probably don't know about, his name is Vaughn, but we call him Mr. V. And like I said, he is politically correct.
Right.
And like on our little sports blog and stuff like that, he's like the devil's advocate, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he puts it in perspective. Like I said, it's times that we've been home where, you know, we're in a discussion and Vaughn don't take sides. He got to hear it both ways. And like I said, he'll break it down to where you can understand, like, okay, did you do it this way or did it really happen this way? And like sometimes with the kids, you know, with Makai and his children, right? If they do something wrong, you know, he always say, okay, y'all did something wrong, let's shake it off and let's move forward.
Right.
There's no reason to get yourself down on it. You did it. It's over with. You got discipline and let's move on.
Right.
But he's one of the guys that, you know.
Is he a military man?
Nah, he was a former police officer, but he does some special stuff. Yeah, so he does a lot of stuff, a lot of intel. So like I said, it's great to sit down and have a discussion with him because you'll see where some of the stuff that I say is like, man, Vaughn say it this way, and it comes across this way, but he means right.
The way you say it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, deliverance.
Yeah, his deliverance is great. Yeah. So if anybody's out there that's listening, man, if you have any, who do y'all go to if y'all get into a heated discussion? You might not go to nobody, you know, you might want to keep it in-house, but if you did have somebody to talk to, who would you talk to?
Yeah, I don't think all arguments should be in-house though. Like you got to get a, you know,
even if it's just I
said big arguments.
Yeah,
like,
big arguments because I feel like we may have a disagreement, and I just may want to get somebody else's intake on. It may be something small,
right?
And be like, and that'd be something I would probably go to y'all about,
right?
What y'all think about this? It wasn't nothing like super big. It was just he did this and he did this and I did this. So what you think you would do? You know, so it. You know, it's different little ways.
I just take the easy way right. I'm like, shit, all right, you're right, whatever. I'll just take the easy way out.
Brandon, see, I mean, I get you, but that's what causes
I know it.
Communication because at the end of the day, she still ain't got her answer.
Exactly.
That's her answer. It's all right. You're right.
But see, the crazy thing about it is, I understand what y'all saying. Y'all go to, you know, if you have to go to somebody's advice. But as a married couple, would you seek out another married couple, or you would seek out an individual?
I mean,
me personally, I mean, I'm gonna go with somebody that's closer to my situation, or you know, we can relate, you know, or whatever.
Yeah.
So it just depends. I mean, it depends on the person, I guess.
Does it depend on the person that you're telling it to, or depends on the person who's telling?
Both. I would say both.
Okay. Because I feel like if I have a single girlfriend who maybe not married right now, maybe she was married.
Right, yeah.
Maybe she got a divorce.
Right, yeah.
She may not be in my current situation,
but
she
would she
may
understand?
have.
Would she understand what you're?
It depends on the argument.
It depends on the person, but I think they would.
And I don't think that you really have to understand to be a mediator to hear the sides.
I don't know about that because you gotta look at, like you said, who you gonna run to. I mean, if you run to a male, run into another male.
But the way that person,
I know, but that male is probably gonna take that male side. He probably ain't gonna be, you know.
That goes with what Brandon said. It depends on the person.
That's what I'm saying.
It depends on the person.
It depends on the person.
And the reason why we say it depends on the person is like, I mean, you got some genuine people out there that could see both sides, but you know how guys are. We always say it. A guy is going to stick up for a guy.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I'm
a
saying?
woman's gonna stick up for a
For a
woman.
woman. You know what I'm saying? So if a woman did something wrong, oh girl, don't worry about it. You know, you ain't do nothing.
Well, that
wrong.
ain't the
Then-
person you should go to.
That's what I understand that.
And
That's what I'm saying.
then to take it a step further, it goes into the delivery of the person who's telling the story. How
It's
we know
always
they
two
telling-
sides to a story.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. So
The way you're telling the story, I may tell a different story. The way
Different
Brandon told.
That's why you
told
gotta
us
go
to
talk to
Kenny,
somebody that
you
know
gonna tell
that
Kenny.
they probably know
Yeah.
you know, been
Right.
knowing you for some time.
Exactly.
And they know it's not
Yeah.
you. Like,
Most
Keisha,
definitely.
no, you didn't do that. I know you did because
Yeah.
You went off.
Yeah,
you
you went
ain't,
off.
You ain't stay
Yeah.
calm.
no, because that
Wow.
person might know that person and know how that person is. Like,
Yeah.
oh, Kanisha, I know you didn't. Nah, that ain't your character. So
Right.
something
No, you
ain't
ain't say
right.
it like that.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's true, yeah.
but I mean,
But
that,
yeah.
I'm usually the person that most people call.
And that's me too. I'm
I'm
that
the
person,
list.
too.
I'm the
I'm the
listener.
listener.
And 'cause
I'm the same way.
yeah,
Yeah,
I got
I'm that-
my
I'm the
phone
listener.
stay
Yeah.
ringing with issues. With,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. And at first I was like, what does it look like? I'm like, do I have like the I can talk to you face or like, I mean, even when I was in corporate America, like people used to just come to my office
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
just spill their beans to me. And I'd be like, okay,
Yeah.
all right, well, I can be there for you. But, on the friend side of it is kind of like, I admire how long you and Kareem been married and how long y'all been
Right.
together.
Yeah.
How'd you do? So I think that's one of the things why people kind of come to me.
Yeah, I always
Yeah.
think that too.
Yeah.
And it's
Everybody
kind of
think
funny.
she was just an angel.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny, like Kanisha was saying, man. It's kind of funny that with me and Kanisha's relationship, like I said, when I first got down here and me and Kanisha first got together and we got married, Kanisha's from here.
Mhm.
I'm not from here,
Mhm.
and I think I know more people in Texas than Kanisha does.
Yeah,
Probably
right.
so.
So, like, I'm a people's person,
People
right?
person,
People
yeah.
gravitate to me, right?
Mhm.
So, like, when I introduce Kanisha to people,
An
Kanisha
extreme
like,
extrovert.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kanisha like, I don't remember. Kanisha, you remember them? You met them? Remember this
Right.
thing?
Look,
But
it went over.
I say that to say this because people really love our relationship,
Right.
and they like every time, like we used to have a lot of events like fight parties and stuff like that. We used to invite a lot of people over, and they'd be like, "K-Sab, man, your wife is cool as a fan."
That's how she.
And
Yep.
your wife is just, man, yes, you have a great one. I love y'all's relationship. And a lot of people, they look up to me and Kanisha's relationship that's I'm not gonna say underneath us, but the younger
Right.
people, you know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
I'm the elder statesman here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Lord.
a lot of people, they look up to our relationship, our godson, him and his wife, man, they just love our relationship, man. And like I said, he's the one that approached me about the Marriage Chronicles.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all should do a marriage show,
Yeah.
get couples on there, and because I just love y'all's relationship.
That's nice.
So,
You need couples like that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, but like you said, a lot of married people, they're gonna gravitate to a lot of married people. So
Right.
if you do have a heated discussion, I couldn't go to nobody that's single because they wouldn't understand where I'm coming from.
Right.
You would have to have somebody that's either in your situation or equal.
Right.
To know what the heated discussion is, to see what the
get it.
point was.
And get both sides.
I
Yeah, to get both
Get
sides.
both sides. Yeah.
Yeah. I
What
get
about
it.
somebody that's been divorced though? You don't think they could?
It's a reason why they got divorced.
Yeah, you got
It's
to
a
be.
reason.
you
It's
ha-
a reason.
you have
But
to
at
be-
the same time,
Why
because
you gonna disqualify them?
You
though?
can't-
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
We're
disqualify.
not gonna
them.
disqualify them,
Because-
but you want to be careful
Yeah, be careful.
with that because
Misery loves company.
but at the same time, because like for
Yeah.
instance, I have a
Depending on the
cousin
person.
that has been divorced,
Mhm.
but she's the type. She's not gonna tell the girl you better leave Brandon or Brandon do something. She's
Yeah.
not that type.
Okay.
She's like, I done been there.
Been there.
Yeah.
You know how things are in the world. You know,
work it out.
work it out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So everybody's
but
not.
you gotta still factor in that because you're talking about. I know she's a social worker. Like she
Right.
deals with people with their mentals and
Right. Yeah.
all that. So,
So she's in there. So she
She's in
should be in that frame
Like
of
a therapist.
depending on
She's a
kinda
therapist.
like-
depending
So-
on the person.
so that's a good person to go
Yeah.
talk to.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's always good, like, Mr. V said, it's always good to go to a person who is discreet, trustworthy, and objective.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's key right there. Them
Let's go
three
with that
words
one.
is key.
God, I know.
Is discreet, trustworthy, and objective. Because if you go to somebody and they just gonna be one way and they're not gonna be objective,
Yeah,
then
that is
why
not
would you go to that
helpful.
person? That's not helpful.
Because it could get ugly if you go to the wrong person.
It can.
Yeah. They put
It
their
can
battery
get
pack on
ugly.
your back.
It can get
Okay.
ugly.
You said what now?
Yeah.
They put their
And
battery
whether
pack
it
on
be
your back.
Oh, yeah.
family or a friend,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it could get ugly because
Yeah.
you gotta, depending on what you went to them about, you have to understand you got to really be selective and think about going to somebody because we can forgive. They gonna forgive.
I said it all the time.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. Say this again.
We forgive. They not gonna forgive.
Oh, yeah.
Who's not gonna forgive?
The family or
the family may not
or
forget
your
that
friend
person.
that you if you told them something that like something harsh, depending on what the conversation was.
Right.
I wouldn't be that person to be saying nothing. I don't think Kareem would even do nothing for me to be like, oh, this, something that bad.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Right. But just, it could be anything. And, it could be that one person that be like, you need to leave. Negative Nancy. You got 2 words out. You need to leave him.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Have you ever found yourself in a situation like that?
Like
you like, not even before you even got married, like going to somebody for advice and they telling you one thing and it just went wrong from there.
I've never had nobody in my corner like that. Like nobody.
Okay. So always trustworthy people that you can go to.
That's why I ain't got that many friends.
Nah, I ain't gonna say
We're
that.
selective. Look, that's why.
Yeah.
I know that some people advice changes due to their circumstances sometimes.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Due to, like you saying, like a person will give you good advice at one point, but then they get in a bad situation and
they're like,
they start
that
giving you
advice
bad
change.
advice.
Yeah, the advice can change.
Yeah,
I've seen that before.
And Barbara Norman Wilson said that's why there is 3 sides to a story: his, her, and the truth.
And the truth.
Right.
Yes, amen. That's one of my favorites there.
That's absolutely correct.
That's true.
Yeah,
that's absolutely correct. But I mean, situations do arise. And it's good that if you can go to somebody that you said is going to be discreet, trustworthy, and objective.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's a problem, talking to them, but it's only in a relationship when you're married, it's only certain things that you should discuss.
Yeah, most definitely.
Discuss. You know what I'm saying? But, a lot of answers here is about family members. And I mean, I could see family member, you draw the line right there. You don't want to go outside to somebody else, just like an old Joe or something like that. Even an old friend, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, they could tell you something like Sheena said. You don't know what they've been through. I mean, they could have been divorced. They could be going through something. Like I said, misery loves company. Yeah. They could tell you something and you take their advice and you go do that. And then there you go. You out on the street.
Well, and then with advice, like when married or whatever, advice is advice. What you say is not going to be always what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Of course.
So I'm gonna take your advice and then I'm gonna come back to the round table. And then I'm gonna talk to her, and then when I'm gonna come up, with the last, say so. Yeah. So advice is just advice. It's not a map to say, okay, you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
But I, like I said, I feel like this is me personally. Like, if I can't rectify the situation on my own, I mean, there's no reason to go out and say, hey, man, I need some advice from somebody. I just try to figure it out on my own. If I can't figure it out, I just try to give it time, let it blow over.
Or maybe just simply asking what that person can do. What would you do in this situation? And just maybe see what they would do. And see if you can see a different point of view in what they're saying.
Yeah, sometimes you may
still disagree.
But us as men, the older we get, that's kind of how we do. We want less people in our business.
Hey, I'm always like that.
We get stuck in our ways, and our decision is our decision.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with change, though.
Change is good.
Yeah, change is good.
Change is good.
Change
is good. But I agree with all y'all about, married people gravitating to married people in a situation like this. I mean, you just can't go to a single person and be like, and display your problems on a single. What they going to do? They single for a reason.
Yeah, they need somebody to go to the club with.
So I mean, So if anybody's out there, you're looking and you're chiming in. I mean, who do y'all seek to for advice? I mean, post your comments in the comments section, and we'll post you on the screen. We'll shout you out. But we're gonna move on from there, man. This ties into our next question: is, is there a war against Black men and Black women going on this day and time? Brandon, I'm gonna let you start out with this one, man. I'm gonna let you
just
dive
start
deep
out
into it.
Explaining what you mean about war.
Yeah, what you explain the meaning of war in this situation.
Well, we're saying about war, and I'm gonna let Kanisha help me because she can articulate so well.
Oh, Lord.
So we was just saying war because you know, the black woman is really like what's the word, Kanisha?
Very easy to anger.
Easy to anger. And then the black men will change the sides and we don't want to deal with them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's if we're not going to come together, it's becoming a war.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
use the word war.
Right. So and my answer to the question is yes, I do feel like it's a war between black women and black men.
Okay.
And the reason why I say yes is because there's so many different reasons why there is. And I still want to know I still don't know why on certain things. So the first thing, when Brandon brought this question up to us, I said, well, black women, I'm gonna say black women because you specified
Yeah,
black women.
we're gonna keep it in house. We're gonna keep it right.
Yeah,
with
we're keeping
us.
black women. So black women always, I'm not gonna say always, I'm gonna use another word. Black women typically have the
Come on with it.
I'm trying to use my words correctly.
Yeah, you don't want to offend nobody, but
Yeah.
we got some people get their toes stepped
right.
on.
I'm sorry, y'all out here, but typically black women always have the I can do it by myself attitude. I'm a strong black woman. I don't need no man. I get it. I've been there. I'm still there. Yeah, I probably could do it by myself. But why?
Why if you don't have to?
Why if you don't have to? You know what I'm saying? So y'all please chime in on this one because
Please.
I want to know.
We need to know.
I want to know, what is that? Is there a reason why you are so or angry, or maybe angry and bitter? I don't, of course, the bitter word. Is there a reason why? If there's been times that I've been labeled bitter or angry, I could tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
I could come with an explanation on this is why I'm feeling like this because he did XYZ. But be able to explain, just don't say, no, I deserve this and I can do bad all by myself, or all the other things and all the other blowing up movies, waiting to excel and get mad at the men, and it goes on and on. But that was one of the things, my reasons, why do women do that?
That's cool.
I mean, that's hard to answer, man. I gotta have a answer from a woman. So whoever's out there looking, man, if y'all can answer that, just post your comments in the comment section, and I'll put you on the screen. But Sheena, we're gonna let you answer. Do you think there's a war between black men and black women?
Yes, I do.
I mean, you gotta speak up and let them hear you.
I do. I definitely think there is. Yes, my answer is yes.
Why?
Why?
Get down to it.
I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it.
Let me help you, Sheena.
Help me out.
Is it the male perspective of things? Is it the men that are making the women go? I can do it by myself. Is there a reason? Is there a reason because the black males are being disrespectful to the black women?
I think it goes both ways. A lot of black women, because I've heard it, they have the I can do it by myself attitude. Definitely. And then now our men, in which I don't understand this, I need this from the male's perspective, but they're saying, and I hear this from men, they're saying that black women have so much attitude. Mm-hmm. So that's causing them to go to another race because they feel like they don't
Speak on it.
They feel like they don't have to deal with that with other races. And
is that true, y'all?
That that's what I want to hear from a male.
It's kind of hard for me to tell because I haven't crossed over there. I've never been over that side.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we got to hear from the guys.
So I would love to hear from them because it's just my perspective when a man, because I've had somebody to say that, and not about me, but they've just said the reason they crossed over is because black women have so much attitude. So in my eyes, and y'all don't get mad at me for this, but I feel like when a Black men say that, I look at them as weak. That's just me. I think it's weak because what do you mean you can't handle attitude? Is it really the woman has an attitude, or what did you do to that woman to make her have an attitude? Or is this woman just got an attitude for no reason? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it just feels to me. And I told the man that I said I just feel like that's
do
weak.
women not, maybe it comes across as an attitude, and it's
Exactly.
because we're so used to doing everything and being that single Black woman and being taking care of kids and going to work and doing the dishes, cleaning the house, taking care of the kids, doing all this alone. Maybe that comes across as aggravation, and I think they're getting it as we're angry.
Or once again, they may be intimidated by that. Some men.
You saying the men are intimidated by what Keisha just said?
What she just said. Maybe they're getting intimidated by it, or a stronger woman. I feel like maybe they're intimidated, or they just weak. One of the two. I mean, that's just me. But I'm a woman, so I don't know. That would have to be something, a man can shed more light on.
But no. Put yourself in a man's shoes. I mean, if you could put yourself in a man's shoes, what would be your answer to it?
I don't know, because me, I'm gonna.
So no, you a man, right?
Yeah.
You're dating to be married or whatever.
All
like,
right.
So what are you looking for? Like, not to be out there playing, but you really want to be married as a man,
right? Yeah, you want to settle down with somebody you love. I mean,
so what would you look for?
I don't know, because I'm not a man. That's hard for me to say. I don't know as a man what I would look for in a woman. Yeah. I guess I would look for me, because I'm me.
There you go.
A woman like me. I don't think I'm hard. I don't think I'm hard to deal with. And every now and then I do have you laugh, am I?
No, you ain't that hard to deal with. That's an easy answer right now. I'll talk to you about it later.
Am I hard to deal with?
No, you're not.
Oh, okay. But every now and then
she was serious too.
I was. If I am, let me know, because that's something, we have to talk about and work out. Yeah, but every now and then I get a little attitude. Yeah. So I don't,
sometimes I realize I'm like that too.
Even y'all,
because you're so accustomed to it. Yeah. You don't know it unless somebody call you out on it. That's what I'm saying. The moment I do it, say it.
Yeah, let me know.
So I can know exactly in the moment. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying.
You know what? I recently just started.
But that's not what I meant.
That's what I meant.
But that's how I came across.
Or my facial expressions. I may be.
Oh, my facial expressions are horrible. I'm sorry.
You got an attitude? No.
That just comes along.
A lot may be on my mind at the time. Not trying to have attitude, but I may be looking the same way I'm thinking. My wheels turn.
Look, this right here start.
It's funny that y'all brought that up, right? And I'm gonna jump in on this one. It's funny that y'all two brought that up, right? Because from the time that I've been knowing y'all, like Sheena, I mean, she seems like she's an easy person to get along with. But I've seen in our little talks, I've seen you. You don't mean no harm by it. It's just
she's
something
passionate about what she believes in.
Yeah, when Sheena gets that little. She gets a little uprising, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? She's about to get you, B Hunt.
Yeah.
But Kanisha used to tell me that all the time. But like a lot of people say, my voice is just it's almost demanding, right?
Right. Yeah.
I don't mean no harm by it. Like sometimes if I say something, I'll say it loud enough so she can hear me.
Yeah.
Right.
But if she says something and I don't say it loud enough, she don't hear me. So as soon as I speak up, what you yelling for? I'm not yelling. I'm speaking up so you can hear me.
Right.
But don't mean no harm when I say it. It just comes across to her like I'm yelling at her.
That's a conversation on podcast, y'all. I'll tell y'all.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it's funny. Like she tell me that all the time. Like, why are you yelling? I'm not yelling.
Yeah.
But like I said, I used to say Kanisha could do no wrong. Like she could do the same thing that I'm doing.
Yeah.
But it's not an issue.
It's not an issue, right?
It's not an issue. She could. Say something to me. It could be boisterous. I don't think nothing of it. She don't mean no harm by it.
Yeah.
She's just trying to convey it to me. Right. I didn't take it no way. But if I do it, she gonna take it some type of way.
Y'all voice is different.
Voice is different.
It's like I don't know what it is.
I mean,
it's like
different when y'all.
Well, coming from a man, they say a deep voice. You know what I'm saying? It might seem threatening.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
But I mean no harm by it.
Right.
I can't help. My voice is.
It
very white.
Yeah,
I gotta bust a note. I can bust a note.
We have a statement here from Megan. Megan says Black women have had to carry so many burdens for way too long. I agree. I totally agree with that. I agree.
I need a
Come
drink.
on. I think Brandon might have something to say, actually. I hear him.
What
over
burdens? What burdens exactly is she talking about?
here. Megan, elaborate on
Yeah, she
your
gotta
burdens.
elaborate on that.
Megan, elaborate on that.
There's many. Should we dig deep?
We can because I want to find out.
Because if you think about it, I don't know what the statistics are, but what are the statistics of a black woman raising kids alone and a black man not being in the house?
Okay. Now we can talk. Now we can talk. That's a burden, right? But before we came on this podcast, I think I said that about, the black woman raising a child, right? But the stigmatism out here today is, where is that father at, right? Mm-hmm. And you know how women are, and y'all can agree with this. Y'all don't have to agree, but they always bashing their baby daddy. Mm-hmm. They don't want the child to see their baby daddy. They don't want to bring the child around the baby daddy. First thing they want to do is throw the baby daddy on child support, right? And it's the stigmatism because, like you said, the women have a lot of burdens, right? Mm-hmm. They're raising these kids on their own. Where's the father at? Mm-hmm. You don't want the father to be a part of your life. No. That's true.
No, that's not always true. That's double-sided. It definitely you got your girls over here that may have ran them away with the and the get out of here, I don't want you. That's toxic over there. Yeah. This over here is, I'm doing everything you want me to do. You going out and you doing your thing, and you got a side chick and every other girl under the universe. You gotta go.
No, I'm
not bashing. Because I don't think all women bash.
It's not. Or you done moved out of town. You got a whole agreement, and you done moved out of town.
I know, but social media make it evident that that's what these women are doing. They're bashing.
Social media.
Social media is a problem, but at the same time, let's get back to the root of thing. Yeah. Why is the child here, first of all?
What do you mean?
Who's in control of that child getting here?
Both of them.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Both of them.
So the woman chooses who she lay down with, right?
Yeah, go both ways.
Okay, we're gonna get there. Yeah. But let's get to the root of it though. Like, so how do we fix it?
How do we fix
how do we fix the war or all of this?
All together.
I mean,
I think it goes back to what Kanisha said. It's like women thinking that they can be independent and they can do everything on their own. They don't need a man, which is to me, it's a false statement.
It is.
It takes two.
It takes two. I ain't gonna sit here and say I need a woman.
Exactly. I never said that.
I ain't gonna say
I've never said that. I don't need no woman.
I've
always said that my wife completes me. She picks me up where I'm lacking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's y'all. But there are other men out there that have made that statement. So what does that make them?
The statement of what statement?
They don't like women?
Man, I'm bouncing around. I don't need nobody all up in my space. I want to be able to come home. That's like a average single guy.
Most definitely.
That don't want to be married.
Because that man probably has an issue with himself.
Exactly.
So
you gotta take responsibility
with himself. You know what I'm saying?
And some of these single mothers got to take care of responsibility. They're single for a reason. It is not always the man's fault.
Exactly.
It's not always the man's fault.
Not always the man's fault.
And if you look at it, a man has to be comfortable with himself, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If a man is not looking, like you said in previous podcasts, when you're dating to try to get married, right? But if he's not comfortable with himself and he has issues with himself, he'll never get to that point.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
So if he can't get to that point, he's going to continue to do the things that he's been doing.
So to piggyback off what you said, so if you're saying he can't get to that point, when is he getting to that point? Because you got 50 and 60-year-olds out there still don't know what they want.
Exactly. Yeah. And that goes both ways. That goes with the woman and that goes with the man. There's women out there, like we said earlier, that thinking they're independent and can do everything on their own. Mm-hmm. But if you look at the facts and statistically, they can't.
Exactly.
It takes two. Because like Brandon said, a woman chooses to lay down.
I think.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You get impregnated. Mm-hmm. You have a baby. You chose that.
You chose that because we can't choose to make y'all have abortion.
What about
Exactly.
if they,
That's
what
the
if,
choice.
What
I
if
think
they
it's
just
a choice
wanted a
for
baby?
both.
No.
What if
the
they
woman-
just wanted a baby?
The woman just
What if
wants
they
the baby.
wanted a baby? What if she financially? Let's flip it.
Okay.
What if she financially stable?
Mhm.
She just want a baby.
She
She don't
just
give a
want a
damn what you do.
But
Oh, it's-
let's talk about
That
the
happens.
overall woman.
Right?
How many women wants to be single with a child alone
No.
and
Because
all
they
these
cut,
bitches
by
they
themselves,
cut
no
down
help.
on the stuff that they want to do. Because they have, if they don't want the father to be a part of that baby's life, where are they going to find their balance in their free time where they can go out and do the things that they
But
want
that's
to
the
do?
problem we're having though, because all these kids are coming up without the fathers. in the home.
Exactly.
Mhm.
And it keeps repeating the cycle.
And then when they coming up raising in these single parent households with
Right.
their mother, that's why you got all these punk ass kids.
you goddamn right.
You
I
see what I'm
agree.
saying?
Well, okay,
I
so
agree.
but Tamika Williams said that is a heavy burden, especially raising young men. I agree.
It is.
Exactly.
Exactly. And that's what, and I agree with
So
you,
don't put
Tamiko.
yourself in that position.
Exactly.
Who you saying don't put themselves in a position? You want the woman?
The woman.
But it's the man too. What if the man come to the woman?
Mhm.
You know, like you always tell me, if you could trick him, you could beat him. What if they come to this woman thinking he got it all together, or he's portraying he had it all together. He said, exactly, lying. I want this baby. Let's make this baby. Boom. Y'all make this baby. Then you done had this baby, or you get pregnant. Now he gone.
It's time for
So
our
it's
women.
not just
It's time for our women to wake up.
you
I
can't
mean,
say just the woman wake up.
I gotta say that for the simple fact is y'all see like y'all going down this path. Right now, black women is being single alone. Like it's at the all-time high.
Of course.
No other race, black women.
Of course.
So now we just gotta get down to the bottom of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay.
Okay, a lot of our black men need to quit lying like they want a baby and impregnating these different women. That's why I say
It's a lot of men.
sides.
It's a lot of men get off like that.
And that's a problem.
I think
That's a problem.
I got it. I understand the problem.
Yeah, so we can't just say us black women, y'all need to wake up. It's the men as well, because a woman can have a baby by herself.
Shit, I agree. I agree with
You know
that.
what I mean?
I agree with that.
Right.
I agree with it, and
I agree with that.
I get both of y'all sides. I get what you're saying. Yes, the woman got to do better, but we can't just put it all on the woman
That's
either.
not, you can't.
I understand, but
I feel like it's that two-sided thing. It's that thing about it's okay for the man. It's almost like you don't chastise that man as hard as you chastise that woman.
And that's why the woman say she's carrying that burden. So I'm on y'all side on it. Y'all carrying the burden.
we agreeing with y'all.
We agreeing.
But the thing about it is, when we agree, well, we all can agree to disagree, right?
Of course.
Mhm.
But the thing about it, like Sheena, you said, a woman has the baby, right?
Mhm.
But what I'm saying is, there's a lot of women. There's a lot of women that don't want that particular parent to be involved in that child's life.
So once they have that baby, they
Like, what the hell with you? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't need you.
yeah.
I mean, we've seen movies and documentaries where women come on there and say, hey, we don't need you, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's a stigmatism, right?
Right.
So now what I'm saying is, like, I'm gonna give you a prime example. Say something happened to me and Kanisha and we parted ways, right?
Right.
And we have a son.
Mm-hmm.
I would always have to be in my son's life.
Right.
Kanisha can't raise him by herself.
Mm-hmm.
She can't go out there and teach Makai how to fish.
Right.
Can't teach him how to
I don't know how.
do different stuff, right? That's the father's job, right?
Mm-hmm.
But and I look at it like this: there is a lot of fathers out here willing to be a part of that child's life,
Mm-hmm.
but then women
The
won't
woman won't let them.
let
Yeah,
them.
that's a whole different
That's true.
story. Now, I
No,
get
that's
that.
not a whole step. That's exactly
going on.
this is what's going on,
No,
and this
no,
is
no,
relevant to what we're
That's true.
talking about.
But you know
That's
it's
true.
both. It's going.
And it goes both ways.
I'm
Yeah.
sure-
Exactly.
I agree with that because I'm not a baby daddy. First of all, I can't stand that word.
I hate that word too.
Oh
Baby
my
mama,
God.
baby
Let's
daddy.
just can we
Child's father.
yes
I say
can
the
we
child's
can we
father.
take that away from the
the kid's
vocabulary
mom.
for 2021
Yeah.
going forward, please? But what I'm saying is, yes, you have a woman who is saying that, but what I'm saying is the baby father and all that's a different type of woman though. That woman already is on her hateful binge, not liking you, or she vengeful, or she got something against the father, or she holding.
But why is
I
that
can't-
though? Why?
I couldn't answer the question for you. It depends on each individual person's situation. But for me, I always said, and you know, this is one of the things I've always said, if ever we wouldn't work out for whatever reason, I would never, ever, ever bash you to your son or stop you from seeing your son at any cost.
Okay, so say that one more time.
I would never bash you to your son or stop you from seeing your son.
So why are women doing that to their kids, bashing the child's father straight to them?
They shouldn't be.
They should.
Yeah.
But it's going on.
It is going on. It is going on.
Better-
It
better-
is, but
better-
I think that the women ain't trying to let go though. If we want to get deep into that, that's deep.
What do you mean by let go?
They ain't trying to let go of the man. They holding on. They want the man because for you to be mad at that man and not let that man see his son, you want that man.
Yeah, it's a problem with the man.
If you don't have a problem with letting that man see his son,
Mhm.
you don't want him no more.
You don't want him no more. That's
Yeah.
your your daddy.
You
Like,
know, that's a thing to me where you still got to have some type
some
of
feelings.
Exactly.
and they feel like doing that is just drawstringing
Is it
you
pulling
in.
you in?
It's drawstringing you in because you know what? I'm
Mhm.
finna get mad at you, Brandon. I'm finna cuss you out because I know you want to see your son.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
See, and I'm
It's
glad
going
you
on.
said that. That's
Going
what.
on.
That's what women would do. They would do the
There's
most
men who do that. too.
egregious things
Facts.
to hold. I agree.
It's a bunch
I'm
of
not
men to do
picking
that
sides.
too. Yeah.
I'm not picking
Yeah.
sides.
We have
Men and
discussion.
But
women.
yeah,
Women, hold on. I'm gonna let you get to the point. But men and women, I agree with you, Sheena, and I agree. Exactly, you made a valid point. But women do some most egregious things for them to not see their kids. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They hold stuff over your head.
Yeah.
They do stuff to pick with you
Oh yeah.
to get you upset.
Mhm.
They know what to do,
Yeah.
and it's
But then
valid to
I
what
feel-
she said.
Then I feel like it's up to the man at that point to take the higher road. Just if it's in the other hand. If
What is the higher road he gonna take? Like, what can he do?
Hey, I don't know if she's not willing to co-parent or do whatever or be, let you see your child or conversate without you seeing your child. I feel like at that point, either y'all getting courts involved or
But
you,
see,
you
that
go
goes-
on. Because if he go on, then she gonna say, "Oh, he a deadbeat daddy."
Right.
No, he's
we
not.
hear that all the time.
The
He's
guy-
not. He's
the-
making an effort.
He's making an effort.
The deadbeat daddy is not the daddy who's trying to come and take care of the child.
Right, yeah.
Let's make that clear.
Exactly.
That's not a deadbeat daddy.
Right.
But okay, so why are women pushing away them type of men?
It's just some women like
usually
that.
the
Because
good guys get
they
pushed
still got
away.
feelings.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
still got feelings for that man.
And then it gets to a point where the baby daddy, I'm not going to use that word because Kanisha don't like it. The father of that child wants to come around
Right.
because he's obligated to see that child. That's his child too.
You're right.
And then it comes to a point where that woman's going to feel like, oh, that's borderline almost stalking over here. Let's get the police involved. Let's get these restraining orders to keep him away.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. That's her.
Why is that?
That's just a vindictive
James
woman.
Snowden says, "Get a lawyer and move on." Yeah,
I mean,
that's a quick way.
that's a quick
Right.
way. That's
Yeah.
a quick way, cuz.
It's
You know.
easy said and done too.
But we can't always go that route because that's why this goes into our storyline, the war between black men and black women.
Then that, yeah.
we got
The war
we got one
yeah.
more black woman that we left out of it.
Was it?
What about the black woman that lays down, right?
Mhm.
And she has a child with a guy.
Okay.
Mhm.
I have a child with this guy, but I won't marry him. He's baby daddy material, but he's not husband material.
Mm.
What? Let's talk about that woman.
Mm.
Some of them out there too, right?
Ooh.
Mm.
It is women out there like that.
It's a lot of them out there.
A few of them. You think it's a lot like
It's
that?
a lot like that.
But there's guys out there like that too.
It's a lot of. Yeah,
I ain't really trying to have no baby with nobody I want to marry.
I know. That's why.
No.
It can't be
I mean,
married.
that has to be a
if you-
young mentality.
Yeah, yeah.
If
It
you
has to be a
phys-
younger
if you
girl.
physically lay down with a man, you're not protecting yourself.
You know you can get
It's a
pregnant.
possibility of getting pregnant.
Yeah,
Of
most
course.
definitely.
So he's worthy of getting your body like that.
But he's not worthy
But
of
he wa-
husband.
I wouldn't marry
Husband
him.
material.
Nah, he's not.
I
He's
get
not,
what you're
he's
saying.
not mature
That's
enough.
like dating somebody and not knowing.
Why do women give themselves like that though?
Yeah. Why
Knowing the circumstances that it's 9 times out of 10,
They
there's
trying
a
to,
chance you can
You're
get
in the
pregnant.
moment.
they're trying to feed. They're trying to
I'm
feed
just,
their
I'm
hunger.
a
They're
look at
saying,
my younger years. I'm in my moment.
right? Yeah, yeah.
It's a moment.
But the thing about it
want to
is,
see what's up?
yeah. I mean,
And I had it. And
Yeah.
I didn't really-
but on the flip side of that, y'all paying the price for it.
And that's why y'all carrying that burden.
That's why y'all carrying the burden.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
That's
mean,
why
So we
y'all carrying
have,
that burden.
So we got some men, some women. Bond, I'm not sure. I think we may have skipped over. I'm not sure what you mean. Some men, some women. Leslie says men do the same. When a woman doesn't want the father anymore, he then steps out of the child's life because she doesn't want him. Wait, hold on.
Hold on, Leslie, can you please elaborate on that, please?
Men do the same. When a woman doesn't want the father, okay, he then steps out of the child. Oh, okay, so it's gonna be like, I don't want you no more. So now, because I don't want you, you leaving Makai.
Right. A lot of women do that.
Oh, hold on. Say that again.
So I don't want you no more. Get out.
Okay.
So you leaving Makai too, like you ain't trying to deal with Makai because me and you ain't working. So basically the same thing we were talking about, but on a man.
Well, that's not a real father then.
Once again, that's that woman's choice, right?
Yeah.
But she's carrying the burden later on.
Because you kicking him out. Now you got to carry even more burden because that father's not going to be there. If you choosing to kick him out, and then that father has an option to be like, I'll be a part of the child's life, or you want me to kick rocks all the way. And that's another burden y'all got to carry. Now you raising that child by yourself.
We started talking about carrying a burden, but at the end of the day, when you get back to the root of the thing, you bringing the burden on yourself.
Not all.
Not Sheena. No, Sheena. No.
We can't run from the facts of what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
We can't run from the facts.
That's a fact because
the woman always carrying that burden.
The woman carries the child.
Let me ask you, okay, I'm going to flip it.
Yeah,
okay.
Please do.
A married man with a child, right?
Okay.
You in a relationship. You ain't got to be married. You be in a relationship.
Okay.
Now, can a man tell a woman to beat feet and keep that kid right there with him?
Some of them try it.
No,
but you got to. But can they?
Can they?
They can try it.
No. We're not saying try, but can they?
We're gonna go with most likely. Can they?
Most likely not, but it depends on the situation.
That's what I'm saying.
Too, because a lot of men will.
But you got to go through the court system. A woman ain't got to go through a court system to kick her man out the house and tell. No. It depends on that circumstance.
Yeah.
But so you can't
everything you said can go both ways.
No.
Yes,
but listen, I'm prime example.
A woman may be easily able to because she can probably easily prove her point why she can't.
Okay. Question. So now you married, right? And say you kick me out of the house. I can't just take Makai with me.
You can.
I can, but
I might give you have it.
I've seen instances where, a man take that child, now you got an Amber Alert.
No.
Oh, yes, indeed. You got an Amber Alert.
Who is it?
But listen, something that I learned.
What you learned, Sheena?
Something that I learned. A man and a woman, you can have a child together. And the woman can put out an Amber Alert all she wants to, the man.
But that's what I'm saying. But it shouldn't have to get to that point.
Shouldn't.
Because if Kanisha
runs off, no Amber Alert.
I know, I'm not saying. But if Kanisha goes off with Makai, I can't put out an Amber Alert.
Okay.
The mother of Makai Savage has stole the baby. That don't even look right.
Well, I mean, I think when you call, I think we make it equal.
Ain't no equal nothing. It's equal nothing. You don't see that. Hey, when have you saw an Amber Alert on a lady taking a child?
Let's just try to stick to the facts.
Let's stick to the facts. Okay, so
that's a fact.
Back to the topic. So
they don't want to hear that. That's a fact.
So what was the
that because she's talking about the burden that a woman carries.
What we was talking about, y'all. The war, right? The war on the women, right? Okay, so we're back on the women. So
now the burden was. Why are y'all carrying that burden? Some of the stuff that we discussed, that's the reason why y'all have that burden.
A lot of the burden you're putting on yourself.
Yeah, I can understand that. Leslie says, I'm not saying she's kicking him out. The relationship could just not be working.
Say it again.
I'm not saying she's kicking him out. The relationship could just not be working.
Yeah.
Like the relationship between us is not working. I'm not telling you.
Yeah, you're not telling you bye, but
Right,
I understand what she's saying.
Yeah.
But 9 times out of 10, if that relationship's not working, that lady's keeping that baby.
9 times out of 10, like
And once
if
again, whose ultimate decision that is?
Unless there's a court order in place to do something different.
Exactly. Or they can, if they're grown up enough, they can come to a mutual decision. Well, let's just.
How often does that happen though?
They always got to get the court involved. And I've always told people I don't want the court system in my business.
And I understand it.
Sometimes it's necessary.
It's necessary.
Why is it necessary?
Because it depends on the
person.
Yeah.
Because it depends on the person you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
And sometimes it's not the woman that want to have to get the court involved. Sometimes it's the man.
Because the man is trying to see that child.
No, not always.
Some men don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, some men will tell you flat out they don't want you nor the baby.
Some men will tell give me
Once,
the maximum.
Once again, that's a burden, right?
I know somebody that's in that situation.
I think you taking this burden thing, Brandon.
Well, I'm going off the question the lady asked.
Okay, so
she said the woman's carrying the burden.
Don't call Brandon out like that.
No,
you asked him the question.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Y'all keep saying it's a burden.
The people calling you out on burden. Hold on.
Burden.
Nah, and he's replying to the comments.
That's what the lady asked.
Let me find the comment.
Yeah, but I agree. But like y'all said, y'all asking why is this burden lay on y'all? It's a lot of variables.
This is the reason why y'all say that they said the woman's mad because she's carrying the burden. She's carrying the burden. Burden.
And I don't like to use that word bitter, but I'm going to use it because Shamar Moore used it. A bitter black woman. And that's where some of the stuff comes.
They're bitter because they're carrying the burden.
Because they're carrying the burden. Now they're bitter.
But it goes
because
back
they feel like so much on them. But in actuality,
so what y'all saying on the
they put
generations
stuff on themselves.
Not even the generations.
They're not putting everything on themselves. They're putting some of the stuff that they're putting on themselves.
Because we are so used to having.
I'm gonna say they put the majority.
See, there you go. That's
that. We are used to having to do every.
I can't say that. Who said that?
I mean, nobody really said it. It's. I mean, if you want to go off of, you want to really get technical, off of the traditional ways.
What is the traditional ways?
Okay, the old school traditional ways. The woman stay at home, cook, clean, cook all the meals.
But the man is going out there
providing the money, bring it home.
So when we gonna break that curse?
My food is ready and all that kind of stuff. Okay, nobody really lives like that anymore because most times in this day and age,
it takes 2 incomes.
Yes, it takes 2 incomes. It takes 2, 3, 4, 5 incomes. You know, but
it's called traditional and modern. Like you know what I'm saying? We're more, and I like to say, me personally, I'm between.
Right.
I'm more traditional and modern. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the way I was raised by a single black mama, you know what I'm saying? As a man, I would want to pay the majority of the bills. My wife don't have to work, but I appreciate if you do work. You know what I'm saying? But so I think I want to be more in the middle. I'm not that you're gonna stay at home. Like who wants to live a life staying at home?
So looking at your mom and being raised by a black woman, do you feel like your mom had burdens back then when you were a young boy? Do you feel like she
worked hard? She went to school. She worked hard. So I want to say it was a burden because I ain't never seen my mama down. Everything was a smile. Now I've seen her. I've seen her bitter. No. I've seen her bitter towards my dad. And that, you know what I'm saying, I should be screwed up, you know, seeing them bitter, her bitter at him, right?
Right.
So, but that doesn't make me change, you know what I'm saying, how I feel about it. So it's kind of.
That's interesting that you said that because when you
it's a way of thinking too.
Yeah.
And I'm glad and I appreciate your moms for that because I think I try to do the same thing. Like I know times is rough.
Right.
You're going to get down. It's going to be a struggle. But having kids, you got to keep that smile on your face because you don't want your kids coming and you be like, Daddy, what's wrong?
That's
and
another burden for the woman.
You got to explain.
We smile through the pain. We smile.
Men do it too. Men do it too.
Men do it all day.
I do it all day long.
Hold up, but you gotta look
Men do
at
it all day long.
That's why I think race will stay with race, because at the end of the day, y'all know black men go through a lot.
Oh yeah, most
And
definitely.
I can go through a lot, come through that door,
I
and my
respect
wife would
y'all.
never know. Like,
Yeah.
bills still getting paid.
Yeah.
But I'm
You
stressed.
don't know what happened.
You know what I'm saying?
To get that done.
I'm gonna give you a prime example.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a prime example. This is just me personally. When we was at the job working, you know, God bless that I work from home now.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff used to go on at my job.
Yeah.
I would never bring my job home.
It'd
be a lot of stuff that be going through that and I don't like coming into the door. Like sometimes it used to be like, "How your day?" I don't want to talk about what's going on at work. I don't want to discuss nothing at work at home, because once I put my 8s in, you can't take it away from me.
That's why y'all bottle that stuff in. That's why y'all bottle it up.
No, I don't bottle it up. I don't let it phase me. I just be like, "Hey, no, it's not. No, it don't. It don't. That don't bother me. I just don't like talking. I don't talk about work. I don't talk about work.
I mean, a lot of times I will. I mean,
I don't talk
either
about
I'm
work.
talking or I'm drinking wine.
No, I don't talk about work.
It's gonna get out.
Gotta get out.
There's nothing to get out. I'm just saying what I do at work has nothing to do with my home life, right?
No, it doesn't. But it affects your home life.
No, it don't, because I don't let work bother me. It is what it is.
Sometimes that attitude can come with you. Sometimes you can't dust it off at the door. Sometimes you like.
I try my best too, and when I was running my own business, I ain't like that's the most stressful shit.
Exactly. I don't let it bother.
Either way, it's stressful.
You know what I always say.
Stressful when you working for somebody else.
Yeah. Right. When I get off work,
money and their constraints.
What I say, I put in my 8s, and they can't take it away from me.
Yep.
And once I'm out that door, I don't even think about work until I got to get back there the next day. And when I drive into work, I say my little prayer.
You have to condition yourself for that,
though.
Lord, be a fence.
Believe me, you gotta meditate.
Yeah, but I don't bring it home because there's nothing to talk about.
Right.
Kanisha probably don't even know what I do at my job. That's how I don't even talk about work.
I do.
Brandon, do you bring your work home?
My wife talks about her job.
Oh yeah, Kanisha does too.
Job.
I used to.
I am gonna talk. I'm gonna tell them stories.
She'll get it out.
I got stories for days.
Even when I'm trying to go to sleep, she'll get it out.
Yep. When you go to sleep, because
I listen though. I listen.
He try to listen till he starts snoring.
Yeah.
But he try to listen. But you come home. So it was definitely when you was doing your other part of your business.
Right.
You know, when you had all those workers.
That shit is stressful.
Because I used to be like, goodness, like.
You never know when your phone gonna ring.
Tracy said a man gets to walk away freely.
Sure.
Who?
A lot of women.
Fault is that?
Whose fault is that?
That's nobody's fault.
You better get over there and laugh.
Yeah.
Why does a man get to walk away
Come on
freely?
now.
Why? Y'all mean it. Why?
Because he can't. The reason why he gets to walk away freely, he can't take the kids.
Take them.
Nah, you can't. You can't. If you end up taking the kids, then that's just gonna cause more
I swear to God, I ain't
bitterness.
arguing with you.
You're like, take them.
I love my baby. Don't get me wrong, y'all. But I know I'm a sin.
You with your
dad? I'm not about to. I can see certain situations on different people. Now, if you're trying to take the child to another state, or if you're trying to take the child,
it shouldn't matter where I'm taking my child.
Well, no. That has to be a compromise.
Right.
I'm back to my compromise.
While you drinking over there, so in Dallas, they can take the child to another state.
Well, okay, that's in the same situation with y'all. If y'all want, y'all can go anywhere. Huh? Y'all can go off to Bahamas with the child, and the man can't do nothing about that.
Less likely they will do that.
We're talking about a typical situation.
We talk, y'all different, but we're talking about in general.
Okay,
these women can up and move their kids to another state.
We're talking
and
about,
the man can't do nothing about it. But as soon as a man wants to take that child, even if they have that child, even if they have that child for 3 weeks, and they want to go to the West Indies, it's gonna be an issue. And y'all know it's right. It's gonna be an issue.
You know why it's gonna
be an issue either way.
You know why it's gonna be an issue?
What's that?
Because you're going with the other girl.
Oh my!
And 9 times out of 10, she gonna be Judy, Sandy, somebody like that.
That's what women think. Oh, you ain't gonna have my baby around no old heifer or anything like that.
Y'all probably say the same thing.
Exactly.
Right?
Men do.
Y'all know y'all want another man raising y'all son.
No, listen. And for the men, no. My advice to the men that are like that:
stay with
keep your
woman.
family.
You keep your
Stay with
family.
your family.
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly.
Easy. Now,
So-
tell that to a woman. Can I tell a woman that?
Tell one what you want to tell them.
My advice to you: just deal with shit. Stay with your husband.
Stay with the man. Well, the woman stay with him.
But can a woman deal with it though?
Can a woman deal with it?
Most definitely. They put up with it. You know, women.
I know they put it, but can they deal with it?
I think the woman stay there and put up with a lot till she can't deal with it no more.
So why they putting them out? Why they putting men out in
They got to
quick
their breaking
fashion?
point.
Like
Not
what?
quick and fast. They get to their breaking
So
point.
Okay.
they so strong to carry a burden as a single mother, but they can't carry a burden to a burden wife.
Okay, so
That's a question. That's a question.
This woman.
That's a
Got
question.
this man. I ain't understand your question. You got to put it in a scenario for me. I didn't understand your question.
You a burden baby mama.
Okay.
We talking about burden baby mama.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now you got this woman that's not so happy, but she's married and she's taking it's a full family,
Mhm.
and she's so called not happy, so she's burdened.
Okay.
What's the difference?
They both burdens.
Okay, but what's the difference? Why we got so many women? This rather be burdened baby mamas.
I think go both ways. I think in a marriage,
Does
a
she-
woman, it's a marriage. So a lot of times before you just hop up out of a marriage, you gonna try to deal a little bit more in a marriage versus just being a girlfriend or baby mama, whatever you call it. You know what I mean? I think
People need to stop becoming baby mama before they come married. That's how you
I
help.
totally agree with
How do we
that.
change that?
However,
Yeah, how do we change that?
How
We're gonna get to that.
How do we change
We're gonna
that?
get to that because
Yeah.
I don't know. I ain't got the answer to that.
okay, so
Maybe somebody can call and
let's go
tell
to
us
the
that.
people. Let's see
Yeah,
what the people
we need to
say.
hear what the people
Tamika
say.
Well, I need to hear what y'all saying.
Tamiko says, men are sometimes bitter too, not just women.
Oh yeah, I run across a lot of
Exactly.
bitter men.
Yeah, bitter
we,
men,
we, we
yeah.
never said that. I got a lot of
It's
lot of
not
older
talked
men.
about as much as you hear deadbeat fathers
You
and
know,
bitter women. You don't hear bitter men or
but
deadbeat moms
but
because there's some deadbeat
it's
moms
just as
out
many
there.
deadbeat ass white boys than it is black boys. But guess what? We hear about it more from our sisters in the media and social media.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
the
'cause they
white
tell
women
you
don't.
more.
They don't talk about it. They don't
it.
advertise
They
it.
don't
And I
talk
was
about
going
it.
to get to that
They don't.
because this is the
We-
this
you
is
know,
what's going on. That's why we had the topic of the bitter black. Well, not the bitter black men. The war between the black men and the black women. You see that in our generation, in our race. You don't see that with the Caucasian race because they don't put it on display. We put it on display.
Of course.
Mhm.
We go to
They
social
can't
media
hold it
with
in.
ours.
Put it-
They
yeah.
can't. They can't
Yeah,
hold
I
it
agree.
in.
People go to Facebook, they go to Twitter, they go to Instagram,
Yeah.
bashing your own.
You're right.
You don't see the Caucasian or any other race going
Oh, I
bashing
get
their own
That's
on
true.
social media.
They got to do it for the gram.
do it for, and that's
Gotta
what.
do it for the likes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, we had this discussion earlier about women. You know, it goes back to when we posed the question to Kanisha's mother. She's talking about a lot of respect, right? And it's a respect thing.
It
Right.
is.
But
Both
how
ways.
you going to respect a woman that
Mhm.
goes on the OnlyFans page and twerks for likes? You're disrespecting yourself before you let that man disrespect you.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's a section of caliber of women. I think that's happening right now in this generation.
Yeah.
It's social media. It's
social
killing
media
this
killing it.
generation.
It's killing.
Like that's all they live for is social media.
A lot of people use
If it
social
ain't on
media for the wrong
Instagram,
reason.
right?
They
If
do.
it ain't on Instagram, if it ain't on Facebook, if I ain't getting no likes, man,
Yeah.
what's going on?
Mhm.
Like,
And I think a lot of these people so stuck on social media that they're not in the real world.
Exactly.
It's everything the social media world. You know what I
And
mean?
what
Because there's a certain way on social media. You know, I'm outside of social media.
and what's that terminology? Sex sales.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these
Yeah,
women,
they on
these
there.
young women
Yeah.
that have children,
Yeah.
they get on the gram.
Yeah.
All these little TikTok videos where you gotta drop it like it's hot.
Yeah.
They do it for the
they do
likes,
But
right?
but what you look, the young women's out there enjoying their youth, having these babies, but they turn into older women that's carrying the burden, and then they pass it on down to their daughters and their son.
and the next,
That's
and,
the
and
thing.
look, that goes
It's a
into
generational
what
That's the
generational
generation curse.
That's what Amber. Shout out to Amber if she's listening. She wants to do a show on generational curses.
I've always believed in that generational curse.
It's the
because
truth.
You,
Yeah.
can, I mean, I'm gonna tell a story and then I'm gonna
Yeah,
get away from
it
it.
is.
Growing up, right, and goes to the generational curse, right? Growing up, I grew up in a household with my mother and father
Mhm.
as Pittsburgh Steelers fans, right?
Right.
And a lot of people are accustomed because your parents like a certain thing that you have to like them.
Right.
When I got old enough to know, when I started playing sports on my own, I ventured off liking my own teams, supporting my own people, and I was accustomed to liking outside of what they liked. I'm not going to like this person because you like them.
Right.
My parents was big Lakers fans back in the Showtime era with Kareem, Magic, and Worthy and all them. I sat there and watched them. But I was a Michael Jordan fan, Chicago Bulls.
Yeah.
I went against my mother and father. And I used to run them hot. They would run me hot too. But I wasn't going to like them because they like them. So I'm breaking that curse. You know what I'm saying? And I tell a lot of people since I moved here to Dallas, a lot of people always talk about the Dallas Cowboys and all the Super Bowls they have. Man, the last time that Dallas won anything, you still was probably sucking on your mom's titties, right? You was brought up in the Dallas household.
Right.
That's accustomed to what you saw. But as you got older and you got into sports, why didn't you just branch off to something new? But that's generational things, right? So they never broke that curse. And that goes to a lot of things that Amber's talking about, the generational curse. You have to break that.
You have to.
You got to stand on your own understanding. You know what I'm saying? And lean on it. You know what I'm saying? You can't just because Brandon's my homeboy, he wears his hat to the back, I'm going to wear my hat to the back.
Hey, how does shit go?
No.
It don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? So you got to break that.
Break them.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't do that.
They don't. They just fall in.
They fall in suit. They fall in line.
Yeah. Everybody's not the same. Everybody, everybody doesn't have that same strength that the other person may have to break it.
Oh my God. Melanie said men love to be naked in the silhouette challenge too. So you pay attention. So I guess you pay attention to a lot of them silhouettes. See, that's another thing.
Oh yeah, the
challenges, and like you said, it goes back to sex sales.
Drives me crazy.
You twerking for a like. So what does that say? Do you have low self-esteem? Do you need somebody to validate what you got and what they see? So does that make you feel better that you got 1 million likes because you twerking? Because everybody likes somebody that's shaking their ass?
Yeah.
And then you pass it.
Going viral.
Then you pass that down to your kids.
You pass it down to your kids. And then
you
pass it down to young women that might be a little bit younger than you, looking at you like, girl, you better get your money.
Exactly.
Get your money.
So they see that. They see that.
Do.
So they be like, okay, let me get on this challenge. Let me go ahead and twerk.
Yeah.
So does that leads to, does that build up a woman's self-esteem? For people that's lacking self-esteem and they go to the gram and stuff like that, does that build them back up?
Some men are like that too.
Some
men are like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes,
mostly women though.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I had a saying, sometimes you got to be broken down like a Black & Decker workbench and then built back up. You know what I'm saying? You got to humble yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you can't just, if you have, and that's the problem, like you said, with social media.
That's the key.
You know, things that don't go right with you, you want to take it to social media. And you want to do something like, okay, at this point, I'm feeling this way. I know how to make myself feel better. I'm going to go in there, put me a thong on, I'm going to start shaking my ass. And then everybody comments, so you get all these likes. That's going to make you feel better. But how long does that make you feel better?
Not long.
Long enough to make you a bitter black woman carrying the burden.
I'm just saying. He cutting up over there.
It's the truth.
Compromise and burden. That's his 2 words.
It's 2 words. Yeah. Compromise and burden. You're right.
But now, so we're going to dive off into the third part of this. So if there's a war between, black women and black men, how do we stop it?
Yes.
And how long has it been going on?
Who's going to throw the white flag in first?
We're going to throw it in first.
Or should we just throw it in together?
Yes, throw it in together.
That's the typical goddamn woman answer.
Hey,
throw it in together.
I started. I mean, I don't know how you stop it.
I guess
it's hard to pinpoint how you stop it because.
But how did it start?
I think it's the end. We don't know that.
It started from the beginning of time. Social media and the media.
It has made it worse.
It's put a magnifying glass on it and made it worse.
It's
been at the beginning. It's been up to the beginning of time.
It's been here before we all started.
Oh yeah.
Right. But
now it's glorified.
It takes the person.
I think glorified and magnified.
Glorified and magnified.
Yeah.
So, how do we stop it? Let's go.
I mean, I'm gonna take a stab at it.
Come on.
I mean, I really don't have no answer for how to stop it, but I just think I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna keep mine short and brief.
Mm-hmm.
But I just think Black women and Black men, we all have to be on the same page. We gotta stop fighting with each other. And when you use the word compromise and settle, I'm gonna throw them words out. I don't think it's compromising and settling.
Humbling.
It's humbling where you can sit back and listen to the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You know, stop being so one-sided. Open your mind and your ears and your eyes to what a woman's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Open your eyes to what a man is saying.
All right, I like where you're going. So
You
far.
come to an agreement.
Okay.
Like I said, we all can agree to disagree, right?
Right.
Everything is not going to be peaches and cream, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that in that situation, you got to make yourself vulnerable. You got to open yourself up and listen. Like I've learned through my marriage that sometimes all you got to do is listen.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't listen, you're gonna miss something,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's gonna come back, and it's gonna be like, well, shit, she said that before,
Oh, yeah.
but I just never
Mm-hmm.
took note to that.
Take note.
And that goes on to say, and I'm gonna leave this alone. That goes back to like the mental illnesses, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of people in married situations, even being, in a relationship, that in so many ways they're reaching out, but you're not listening.
Mm.
Hallelujah.
I
Say
like
that again.
that.
Say that
You know what I'm
again.
saying?
that.
There's a lot of people that are reaching out, but you're not listening.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's reach out is different.
Yeah, it's there, but you just sidestep it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know how back in the days you used to go out on the curb, you used to hopscotch?
Yes.
That's what you're doing. You're hopscotching over
That
loud
goes
stuff.
into say, I'm gonna say this because y'all know I be forgetting my stuff.
Hey, Kanisha,
I gotta say it
I
when
be forgetting too.
I gotta say it when I can say
Say it with your chest.
it. So when you say forget, what did you just say?
Oh my goodness! Like, what do you
Y'all
mean?
gonna get off my girl. Y'all
Like, you gotta
Y'all get off my
listen
girl.
because sometimes the signs is out there.
Yes. So what I was gonna say about that is that goes along with people with mental illnesses and things that people reach out. Like, say for instance, you come home, Sheena, or you come home, and you're doing something that you normally don't do. You may be laying around. You work nights,
Right.
So you normally, Brandon know your routine. He know you normally sleep when you come home at 6 a.m. or you doing this. If you're doing something out of the norm for, let's say, a week or two, you're gonna kind of notice a different pattern.
Routine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's something.
And I hate change.
It's something's out of routine, but are you gonna know that the routine is something maybe bothering Sheena or something? Can you see that there's a change or a shift or something that may be going on with her without her saying, oh, well, you know what, I ain't been able to sleep? Because if Kareem's staying out in the living room I know he's more of a laid out than I am.
Right.
So I know that if he goes to bed early, I'm like,
What's wrong with
Somebody
you?
right. Yeah.
No, I can't say that because sometimes
it depends on the day you've had and all that too. But
sometimes I just like to just go in that bed and just relax. You know what I'm saying?
right. But I'm saying all of this to say we have to know each other and our partners, family, friends, and all of that, because a lot of people be crying out.
They do.
Without crying out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you gotta listen.
Yes.
That's what
I'm
listen.
saying.
And that's why I say, and
You gotta listen and pay attention.
Yes,
And-
people have breakdowns right in
They
front
do.
of you,
Yeah.
and they don't, and
And me
you don't
personally-
know their struggle.
Yeah.
I look at a lot of things, man. I watch a lot of TV and I learn a lot, right? And when they talk about like these athletes with these mental illnesses, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna give you a prime example. Last year when the pandemic started, right? NBA had to go down to the bubble. And Paul George, right? Never came out having mental illness problems, right? Kevin Love opened up. DeMar DeRozan opened up. You get in the bubble. You playing your game, and your game is not going as well as it should be going.
Mhm.
All the media is bashing this particular person. It gets to a point, he gets to his breaking point, and now he comes out with a comment that he was going through depression, mental illness. he was in a dark space.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta understand, everybody was in a dark space when they was in the bubble,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
but
Everybody in dark spaces,
it
period.
took the media to chastise him, to say, Paul George, you're not doing this. Playoff P, you're shooting bricks. It got to him. So then he wanted to open up.
Mm-hmm.
But through that whole thing, he never opened up until the media started bashing him. So I'm saying this to say, now what if the media never started bashing him? Would he ever would have opened up about his mental illness or the anxiety that he was going through?
Yeah.
He probably kept it to himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the ones that keep it to themselves, they go over the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So that goes back to communication.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I understand what you say.
And I know a lot of people don't know, you know, when you're in a mental state, and I'm not a specialist or a therapist, and I can't go deep into that part of it. I don't know how to read people, but most people will tell you they don't know how to read minds.
And
can't read your mind.
And that's how I am. But like I said, I can kind of
but
tell.
you
with my wife, I can kind of tell, like,
right,
if she going through something, but at the same time, like, asking her, and she's like, I'm gonna keep reading your mind. Like, you know, come on, you know.
Or if you want to say,
right.
or if you're asking somebody something, I think that's one of my biggest pet peeves. What's wrong? What's wrong? Nothing.
Oh yeah.
3 days later. Okay. Dun dun dun. That happened.
Right.
This many.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there is
Right.
like, ugh. And I get it. Maybe that person needs to take their time to, you know, grow in it or whatever, or get, you know.
I want to talk about it right then and there.
But see, a lot of people.
Because I forget.
Yeah, let's get it out.
I just get it out. I gotta
get it out. I gotta get it out.
Well, I've learned in our marriage that's how it should be. But when we first started off, it wasn't that way with me.
Yeah.
But you learn,
Yeah.
like now, you want to talk about it right then and there.
Yeah.
I've been back when we first started off. I would let stuff go for a couple, 3, 4, 5 days,
I'd be like,
and I bring it back to
we
it,
gotta talk
and then
about
she
this.
didn't want to hear it, right?
about the
You know what I'm saying? But now, as like I said, you get up in there in marriage, you learn. You're like, okay, let's discuss this when it happens. Don't let it linger. I mean, it's been incidents where me and Kanisha been all over the place in Texas, going to people's houses and stuff like that. You know, I am on a card table and domino table. You know, I'm boisterous. You know? Yeah. But it's all in fun though, because that's what people do on the domino and card table.
Right.
Shit, I'm off the chain. I don't care whose house I'm at. Yeah. I'm off the chain. And
get us kicked out, y'all.
I piss people off so much.
Oh, jeez.
That they want to kick us out.
Oh, God.
Not to kick you out. Kick y'all out.
Yeah, kick us out.
Kanisha ain't did nothing.
But Kanisha would always be like, but Kanisha would always come to me and like, baby, you shouldn't have did it. You shouldn't have went that hard on him.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll talk about it right then and there, right? And I can understand where she comes because it looks bad. Right. But that's what people do on the card and domino table, right?
But you take it. Okay,
no, you can't say that. I don't take it nowhere that it don't need to be going because that's how you do on the card and domino table. Okay. You know, that's just cards and dominoes. You know what I'm saying?
For the people that put you out though, Kareem, maybe don't go that way in their house.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And
can you tell them again?
I understand that. Yeah. I understand.
But that's how we roll. Though.
Yeah. But it's been
if you at your house and they came over, hey, act a fool.
Okay, now check this out.
Flip tables over if you want to.
Now I'm gonna flip.
But if you go over to somebody else's house, you can't just be.
They invited me over for a reason. Knew they was gonna get. They know me.
They know K-Sap coming with them out.
They might have not known.
But listen, I'm gonna flip the strip. Kanisha had a friend, and Tina, if you're watching, I'm talking about you. She talked all this mad stuff before I even knew her. Oh, me and my husband will come over there and we'll run through your husband. I just let her talk. She came over to my house. I beat her down so bad, talked trash to her. I ain't seen her since, and that was back in 2007. That been about
something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Had her so pissed off they left.
Pissed off.
Yeah, because you came at me.
Not a case out.
Oh no, you can't do that with me.
Not
but I say that to say this, man. It's just like we talk about. Yeah, I'm going back to it. We talk about things that happen. You want to discuss it right then and there,
of course,
and move on, and nip that in the bud. Because like a lot of people say, man, you don't want to go to bed mad at each other because, like my grandmother always said this, man. my late grandmother. She always said this,
Mm.
and I used, huh?
Oh, I got a comment that I like.
I've always said this, but I never, I did it for a start, but sometimes you don't do it all the time. When you leave the house, always give your significant other a hug or a kiss, because that might be the last time that you get to do that.
I be giving my wife a kiss when I grad leave. I leave so early, she don't remember when I left though. Shit. So.
Yeah, and that's funny because sometimes when I leave out, I give my wife a kiss, and she be like, "Man, I didn't know you left."
I'm like, what?
You sit there, I gave you a kiss, and you responded to me, but you don't know when I left.
That used to be my everyday routine.
And I jumped up and I said, and I said, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I said you be talking.
I told her I'm gonna start videoing it though.
Yeah, I said something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Kanisha, somebody got a question?
Leslie says, sometimes because of the generational curses, parents tend to be good people but bad parents.
Ooh.
Now you're touching on something now.
Leslie, speak on it. I don't know.
Right.
Hey, Leslie, I might understand where you're coming from, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Hey,
I'm gonna let my round table touch on that.
I like it.
I'm gonna plead the fifth.
I like it because I've seen that. I've
That's
seen
true.
a lot of good people just be bad parents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I mean, what y'all think about that?
I totally agree.
I agree.
That's great.
You got good parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, good dad, a good mama, but not good wife, good husband.
Yeah, and
people
tell me that.
It happens.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then what deciphers a good parent?
Oh, there you go.
Shit, sacrifice.
Yeah.
You know, because
Not a
what one
sacrifice.
person does, this person may not do, and you gonna bash me because I don't do that. That ain't
And I think that's
you
where the
know
balance
what
of
I'm
man
saying?
and woman come in at.
Yeah,
that's
why you got it. Got to be.
It's
equal.
got to be equal.
It's got to be equal.
It's got to.
And I agree. I agree with Brandon said, and I'm not gonna bash my wife, and not because she's my wife, but any relationship that I would probably be in, I'm not gonna bash my partner,
Right?
Because they pick up the slack where I can't, do. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all talking about women cooking and cleaning and stuff. Oh, my wife's an excellent cook, and she cleans a lot.
Yeah.
She picks up the lack that I don't have, right? But I'm not saying I'm a cook, but I can cook.
Yeah,
here and there.
You can
and I
mess up
clean
some crawfish though.
But my cleaning ain't up to her standards.
Once again, you would never hear you say, "I don't need a woman. I can do it
I'm
by myself."
never gonna say that. You can't.
We're not gonna say it.
You can't.
We're not gonna say it
because if you're a man and you say you don't need no woman, like I said, it goes back. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, I gotta find out what's wrong.
What is wrong with you? Are you opening up the other end or what?
Yeah, you get it. You receive it. Something.
You catch it.
You give it a catch it.
Something. Because to say a man don't need no woman in his life,
that's not true.
That's a false narrative right there.
Yeah, where the man at? Man, do y'all need women in your life? Or are you good?
Oh, you got to. If you tell me you don't need no woman in your life, man, we not friends.
Yeah,
you got some men that probably gonna answer that question like, they just need women for that one thing, and then they, they tolerate the rest,
But you see, see what you just said?
Tolerate.
You only need that woman for that one thing.
Right.
See,
but women are allowing that though.
Exactly.
Melanie Russian had a comment. She said, "Kids ain't for everybody."
No.
I totally agree.
Totally agree with that.
Totally agree.
I agree with that. But I think that people need to understand when they should have kids and when they shouldn't, if they're of age. You know, when you're an adult. Nah, I mean, I ain't talking about when you had slip-ups when you was young and, all that. But if you are of when you of age, you should know what is going on.
Right.
So I don't think that's an excuse, but yeah, most definitely. I agree with that.
And Yetta Russian said a marriage is a partnership that builds a foundation.
Well, we totally agree with that.
Yeah.
And that goes back to saying what me and Brandon been saying. A man and a woman, they complete each other. So that goes back to what we're saying about the war between black men and black women is A man gonna say, "Oh, I can do without her." A woman's gonna say, "I've been doing this so long without you. Why do I need you?"
That's why we call them the war. So,
because there's so many women these days that can financially do it on their own.
Yeah.
They have that thing. I mean, you can't fault them for doing it.
I don't care how
but you
financially.
can do that without being angry.
But I'm saying I don't care how financially.
You can say I got my own without being angry.
I know, but I don't care how financially set a woman is that has children. That father still has a right to be a part of that life.
Yeah,
most definitely.
And he should be.
Exactly. Regardless of how much money you make.
That child, that black child needs to see a man and a woman work together.
Exactly.
So they can build off that. Yeah. They need a blueprint.
And then the kids learn from that and be like,
we building another generation. They watching us. They watching our every move.
Right.
They're watching our steps.
And
we are grooming them to what they are going to be in the future.
But the kids have so much access to social media.
They do.
So therefore, you're grooming your child, whereas social media groom them too.
But that's where the
parenting comes in.
That's where the parenting comes in. That's the good parent and not so good parent.
That goes back
because a good parent knows to when to snatch that away.
Right.
Yes.
That goes back to what Leslie said about the parents being good parents or not being a good parent at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you see your parent did something on social media, right?
Yeah.
And as a child, you're growing up and you look up to your mother and father, right? And then so happen you grow up and you know what's going on, and then all of a sudden you get access to social media. Mm-hmm. And then you see, was that my mama doing that? Was that my what would that child think?
Exactly.
She gonna be 50 years old, Tony. Yeah, I cut the burden back then too. Mama, you was twerking. You wasn't
exactly.
You wasn't burdened by a goddamn thing.
And when you said that, that goes back to the movie The Best Man. Exactly. Best Man Holiday. When old buddy got married to old girl and found out how he met her the same way he found the video of her twerking with some white man, right? Mm-hmm. They go back and look at that. Social media have access to everything. Mm-hmm. And that goes to say about these kids now that post things on social media, right? Mm. And then I'm gonna get back on topic. They post things on social media and they're trying to become a sports athlete, right? Mm. And the things that they say on social media, when that time comes up to go to a draft combine and stuff like that, they come back and they look at their social media thing. Oh, this kid did what? This guy posted what? Mm-hmm. He posted this. Yeah. That comes back and that bites a lot of these young black men in their butt. Yeah. The things that they post on social media.
Once you put it out there, it's out there.
Somebody gonna get that screen. You can delete it all you want. Somebody gonna get that screenshot. Yeah. Somebody gonna get that video that you posted. They gonna put it in the archives.
It's been going on since the beginning of time. It's just been magnified.
Yeah.
Dropping it low.
And it's the black folks that magnify it. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. They put it out there. Them white folks don't put it out there like that.
They getting rich off of it.
Scooby.
Say that one more time.
They getting rich off of it.
They making dollars off of what we doing.
Exactly. Yeah. Scooby Russian. Is that Tracy?
No,
that's
Kentrell. I'm a look up.
My bad. All these Russians. Every man needs a woman and vice versa. That's why God made Adam and Eve. God made Eve for Adam. And then I don't care how financially stable a woman is, she will still need a man and vice versa. Life is more than just money.
You got biblical on us with the Adam and Eve.
It's the truth, though.
Yeah,
it's a true statement. It's a true statement. So he's agreeing with us. Men and women need each other.
It's the truth.
I can't do it on my own.
No.
I'd be in a lonely space if I was on my own.
I know a lot of people who say that they can, but the people that are saying
they're not real with themselves.
Yeah, my thing is
they can't because they got to.
Tell me why exactly, and then
hold on. Say that one more time.
Yeah, or you forced to.
Say that one more time.
You got to. You forced to.
Yeah. Because you can't want it. No. And everybody will say, "Oh, I want a relationship. Maybe one day I want to be married." And maybe I.
But you can't think like that though.
Like I possibly may be married, right? Yeah, married. But a lot of people have this big wild dream of I want to be married with 3 kids with a white picket fence and all this kind of stuff.
It don't happen like that all the time,
right? Yeah. But the second person may be like, "Nah, I got this. I saw my mama doing it on her own. I'm good. I don't need that nigga."
And then when you you say that at a young age, but as you get older, and these older women need to quit telling these young women that shit. You know what I'm saying?
What's happening?
Hey, look, I'm doing it by myself, but this shit ain't easy. Like, I wish your
Yes.
punk ass daddy was here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you,
I'll kick this punk ass.
that's what they need to say. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care how they say it.
Yeah.
They can say it cut and dry. Your punk ass daddy need to be here. That's the only time that you should be saying something to your child about your daddy. He should be here.
That way, when your child get out there and shit,
And it's funny.
they decide to make an issue of, you know,
Because
hey,
it's
bring your
gonna-
punk
it's
ass
gonna
over and get your
come.
child.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let me ask y'all this: do y'all feel like growing up, like Brandon, your mom and dad set the blueprint for you for how you are now, and with you, Kareem, and with you, Kanisha?
Mhm.
Do y'all feel like y'all parents set that blueprint for y'all? You know what I mean? Which you say with your
I got a good blueprint. You know what I'm saying? Because I think I got the blueprint because I seen the good and the bad. I seen my mom and dad together,
Yes.
and I seen them when they was
Not-
feuding.
mhm,
So
mhm.
I got the chance to say, well, I don't want to do that.
Yes.
I didn't get mad at it. It didn't affect me. I just said, nah, I don't want to do that shit.
Yeah.
yeah,
You know,
because a lot of people they say that affected them.
that's
why
bullshit.
they-
That's
That is-
bullshit.
that
You
is-
got to write your own story.
Yeah,
Exactly. Me and my
Thank
brother talk about that to this day. It's
You got
not
your
the
own story.
environment that you done came up in. It's what you make it
Yeah.
Exactly.
afterwards. You know, you can come up, you can grow up in the hood and be six figures over here in a mansion.
Yeah.
I mean, so that don't do that. But yeah, to answer your question on blueprint, yeah, I feel like I did because I did have both parents at a particular time in my life as
Right.
a young child. And then at a point, I just had my mom.
Right.
So, but one thing my mother never did, never to this day, she never bashed my daddy in front of us.
Yeah.
Never ever did it.
Mm-hmm.
She always said, y'all have y'all relationship. Do it. I'm not in a relationship with him.
And
I don't not
and that's
want
true.
you guys to be in a relationship with your father. That's gonna be up to you and how y'all do it. And she still to this day sticks to that, and she does the same thing.
Right. That was good.
And that's good.
I'm glad you touched on that, Brandon.
Yeah,
Because
'cause
like I said, I my father, you know, I watched my father. I mean, he laid the blueprint for me. He laid the foundation. Like I said, you know, me fortunate coming up in a whole family household with my parents being together for the whole time that, you know, I've been living until my mother passed on. My parents was together. So I watched my father, you know, make sacrifices to do things.
Sacrifices, mother.
You know what I'm saying? Do things. And my father was there with us Sappington boys the whole step of the way from our sports event. When we played football, my father was the referee.
Mm-hmm.
When I played baseball, my father was the coach. So he was there with us the full time. And I seen that.
Yeah.
And I always try to tell my son,
Right.
I can lead you to the water, but I can't make you drink it.
Right.
You know, I can be with you until I can't be with you when you move on with your collegiate career or your athletic career.
Right.
I can only coach you to a certain point.
Right.
But after you out of my hands, you thought you had it easy. But when you start moving, like I tell the kids, me and Brandon coach now, and we tell our kids, once y'all move up, y'all had it easy with us.
Right.
But once you move up,
It's gonna be
Forget your feelings and everything.
yeah, that you're gonna be in your feelings. And me as a parent, I can't say nothing because if I say, well, hey, why my son, your son's not good enough, I gotta accept
You
that.
gotta accept it.
I gotta accept that.
Take his ass home.
Exactly. Because like I tell the kids, when y'all move up, y'all think y'all the shit now.
They need it.
Y'all gonna get that disappointment because
Oh, yeah.
when you sitting on that bench
Oh yeah.
and your parents in that stand coming to every game supporting you, and then they have questions with that coach, why my son not playing? And you go down and you ask that coach, well, why did my son's your son's not good enough?
You don't get your punk
That
ass out and
is-
take your son too.
Exactly. That is a humbling experience right there.
Yeah.
Oh, it is.
So as I was growing up, my father was with us every step of the way. I've seen my father do things, and I said to myself that, man, okay, once I get old, I'm gonna take after my daddy.
Right.
Yeah.
And like you said about sacrifices and stuff
Oh, yeah.
like that, sometimes I know how to make a way out of no way.
Oh yeah.
And I tell Kanisha all the time, we, you know, coming up, you know, it wasn't, everything ain't been easy for us. But I say to myself, one day at a time, we made it this far, and we, by the grace of God and the mercy of his people, we're going to keep on making it.
Right.
And stuff that we, back in the days that we thought was a struggle years back, But look at us now.
It ain't nothing.
Look at us now.
Nothing. I mean, it was something then, but as you look back on
but
it,
we made it through.
Man, that wasn't nothing.
That's why I'm trying to
We
tell
was
people,
tripping
just
on
make
that
the
little
best out of
stuff.
it.
Yeah, we're tripping on that little stuff.
Yeah.
So I just like I said when I talked about the storm we had, we just made the best out of a bad situation.
Mm-hmm.
So Scooby says, I don't care how. No, I'm sorry. Yes, your parents, guardians, or the people you look up to set the examples, but a person chooses what they want to utilize and grow with. Most definitely.
Yeah. Because well, the question that I asked, I believe my parents set the blueprint as well.
Yes.
Because like Kareem said, I have been fortunate. My parents, I grew up with my mom and dad, and they're still together
That's very
to this day.
rare.
Right. It's very rare. So, you know, of course, that make me want to try harder and do things because I've seen that, you know, I want to, you know, try to keep that. So, yeah, I think that.
I think that we just.
Do you think your mindset would have changed if it were different? Because you're so used to, you think that the person you are today, you would be a different type of Sheena if your dad or vice versa, your mom wouldn't have been in the household?
And I say this all the time, and I know y'all say she always talking about her daddy, but a lot of stuff in my life that I didn't do, that I second thought, you know, like I may want to do something, I thought about it. I always had my dad in my head, like I want to disappoint him, you know, or I want to, you know what I'm saying? I try to keep a clear head or try to do things for the most part right. Never perfect, but try to do mostly right because it's like, you know, you're not going to see me.
You going back to your roots. You always go back to your roots.
On social media or nothing with no shorts on, bent over doing like this because first of all, my daddy, he's around, he's watching, you know, so I'm always going to be conservative. I'm always going to be, you know what I mean? And I always said if I didn't have my dad, I'd probably been out there. Yeah. You know, I never know.
Yeah. Montreal says people do have influence on other people's lives, especially your parents. Well, that's what we're saying, Montreal.
Yeah, he said he disagreed. Yeah.
I believe that a weak person can have they can let their parents influence them. I don't feel like as an adult married that your parent can still have an influence on how you're gonna deal with your relationship and your thing. Because at the end of the day, my mama will always say, my kids' life is their life.
Yeah. And I like
that. I'm out of that. Yeah. I don't. She don't even want to.
But you know what? Because mama trying to go have her own damn life. She ain't got time to deal with. I raised y'all that.
Right. So it's not like one of those things where you going, oh, he did.
Yeah.
And then I said this, and he did. No, it's not like
but
that.
That's that burden mama that's still at home by herself.
I think that may be a different generation.
It's a different
generation that may do what Montreal is saying, but I don't think as an adult.
It's kind of funny Kadisha said that because it goes back to my first segment. Like my parents don't even know my relationship.
Right.
Like, they don't even know they didn't know I'm married, got kids, and live in Texas. That's probably the only thing they can tell people about me.
Yeah.
Hey, where's Kareem? Oh, he's in Texas.
Well, mama around you more, so she.
Well, that's right. I know your mother. I'm talking about my father.
Right.
He probably couldn't. Somebody could go ask him. Well, where's Kareem at? Oh, well, he's in Texas. Well, what are he doing? Well, he's married and got some kids. You know what I'm saying? And that's the only thing he can say. I mean, what else can he say?
That's no. Hey, I raised a good boy. He out there doing his thing.
Yeah,
that's all you can say.
That's it.
Get out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I said I've always looked up to my dad. You know what I'm saying? My dad was always there for me when I didn't have it. I could always go to my dad and be like, Dad, hey, I need you to front me something. You know what I'm saying? And they always come through for me. Right. You know, and I can say this when we was out in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? For 911, my sister's wedding, and we had to stay long enough, and I couldn't get back home because at that time I didn't have direct deposit. My check sitting at the job waiting for me. I had to hit my dad up. Dad, I need you to send me some money, Western Union. He took care of me. You know what I'm saying? Until I got back. But I say that to say this is like, you have a lot of influence from your parents, right?
Yeah.
Coming up from good upbringings, and like you said, you didn't want to. You never, as a girl of the family, you don't want to let your parents down. You don't want to go out there and belittle yourself and get on social because you said your dad and your parents always watching. Exactly. You don't want to get out there with your Daisy Dukes and start, twerking for the gram. You know what I'm saying? So, and I can understand why y'all not on social media. So I can understand that, but a lot of people use social media in the wrong way.
It's not used. It's not used, and that's a whole nother podcast. Yeah. But it's not used the way it should be used.
Because it can be
beneficial. It can. It definitely can. And I mean, literally, I'm on it like literally for business.
Yeah.
And that's it. I may throw a little, a couple little funny little things on there here and there, but it's not gonna be telling my diary, my life story.
No, but most people do it, like I say.
No.
I ate this today. I'm going here. In a minute. I'm going here.
I know your every move. I know wherever you're going.
So,
I can tell you.
So we're here to agree that we, it is a war going on.
Yeah.
We figure out how we're gonna get.
But I don't think there's a clear-cut answer on how to bridge the gap.
I think that it's just going to be up to the particular person on how they're going to.
We got to be on one accord.
Yeah,
black men and black women got to be on one accord.
Got to figure out how to get on
stand
that
together.
Stop fighting with each other. Stop fighting with each other.
Stand together.
So
even if you see somebody out,
humble yourself.
It's gonna come back to that.
And then I'm gonna take it a step further, y'all, because I can say some things about black women, and I'm a black woman. Just things that I don't do, but I see other black women.
Well, you need to talk about it.
Us going outside with our bonnets on. Let's stop it. Going out here being super loud.
Yeah.
Being
going out with the attitude, because like I'm from the South.
Attitude. You got an attitude and you got a bonnet on.
Yeah, that makes it worse. I can hold a door for a black woman
in the store.
I can hold a door for a black woman. I'm from the South. I can hold a door for. She walked by. I hold a door for another race of woman. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And that's another thing that happened to me though, Brandon. I done walked in many of stores, and the black man may not even open the door, but the white man gonna open the door.
Well,
the black man,
a black young man or black
man. It done been both. I done had both. I swear to you, I done had both. And literally, one beat me to the door. I thought he was gonna run up there and open it for me. Baby, he ran up there and opened it and went in before me. And I was like,
if I got JB with me, I walk slow. I tell him, hey,
run that door,
go get that door.
I know to go run and get that door.
I taught JB that at a young age.
Yes.
I don't touch your door.
Yes.
Yeah. You gonna
women not supposed to touch no door.
But he also see you say thank you.
Of course.
Even when you walk the door and I open the door, she still say thank you to this day.
Yes.
So it's all about trying to get it together.
Yeah.
You gotta get this war over with.
Gotta get it. Gotta
but
figure it out.
We don't know how it's gonna stop, man. So
we gotta start somewhere. So where do we start?
Yeah, where do we start?
I mean, you gotta humble yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you humble yourself and you're on one accord, like it starts in these relationships.
I'm gonna go with Kadisha Mom's answer too.
The respect. But that goes back to what I said. I mean, if women want respect, stop disrespecting yourself.
Well, yeah, that too. And then you got to stop taking advantage of some of these guys that's out there.
Everything goes both ways.
I'm not going to always just pick a guy's side.
Yeah.
I just pick a job sometimes. But the respect, like, you know what I'm saying? Women got to stop being so masculine. Like, I don't need a nigga. Yeah. I don't need this. I don't need that. Because if you keep
do you want us to be a little bit more passive?
Nah.
But no, hold on. No, but hold on. But
you can have your way.
But that does get you a little longer way to be more feminine.
Their approach and their delivery.
Yeah, I mean,
but y'all can be strong and yell.
A man
is
a man.
If we get that same energy,
a man is supposed to be masculine, right or wrong.
But we're not supposed to have an opinion.
No, you're supposed to be feminine.
That's not an opinion. Like,
but I can't stress or communicate what I'm saying.
Not in a masculine.
He's not talking about that. He's talking about women saying, I can do everything on my own.
Right.
In the way they deliver it, right?
Well, yeah, I get that.
That's why they got that burden on themselves because they thinking they can do that. If you're thinking you can do that, okay, I'm going to put you in a position to do that.
And most men that gets to a certain point where they, you know what I'm saying, they're going to call you out on this shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You don't need me. Mm-hmm. So therefore, get your ass out there and struggle then.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's when the bitterness comes in.
And that's when the bitterness come in. Well, I need you, but you know what I'm saying? I might didn't communicate that right. I want you. No, you said what you said. And then you call me a bitch ass nigga. I'm just being honest.
Get the step in.
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, you're right.
That's and that's what I think some of our black women need to stop doing. And then our black men need to stop putting themselves in that position to let the women do that too. And you ain't got to call out her name too. Hey,
just that tit for tat stuff.
So Nelson Howard said, I just say I'm wrong, you're right, and keep it moving.
No.
Come on, Donald Dotson, stop that.
And okay, so yeah, we know Nelson from way back when. He remember us probably getting together.
Yeah.
But I disagree with that, Nelson. I mean, I understand it, but I disagree with it.
But I think what he's saying, that's the simple approach.
It's the simple.
Keep the conflict down.
It's the easy. I get it. It's kind of like pick your argument type of thing. Like, okay.
And I'm like that. I pick my battles though. I pick my battles.
I feel like it doesn't always have to be a battle. Why can't we just discuss it?
But that's what I'm saying. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah,
sometimes you got to humble yourself.
Yeah.
And you always can't get on the defensive side.
Right.
Sit there and listen. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, to me personally, I'm to a point where I'm going to listen. I'm not going to try to go out because I got high blood pressure. I'm not trying to get all bent up out of shape and stuff like that. I'm going to listen. If she's right, okay, babe, I understand where you're coming from. That won't happen no more. And we'll leave it alone.
And you gotta pick your battles.
Exactly. I'm not gonna get. If I was younger, I'm gonna get with you.
Because at the end of the day, you still may not even disagree
upon
what y'all talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's certain things that we talked about as a group, and I'll be like, y'all, I'm out on that one. Yeah, I can't agree on that.
Because
one.
But
it's an agree to disagree.
Right. Yeah, we just gotta learn how to do that.
We gotta learn how to do that without the attitude on both sides.
On both ends, right?
Because you give it to me, I'm gonna give it to you. You give it to me, I'm gonna give it to you.
Right.
You know, that's how I go.
Right.
But man, hey, I want to put something out there, man, for everybody that's looking and sharing their comments, man. I mean, if y'all have anything that y'all would like to say or any topics that we can discuss, man, feel free, man. We appreciate y'all. You know, being a part, but like I said, our doors is open. I mean, I got 3-4 extra seats, man. If you're in the local area, I mean, I can bring you on the show, man. If you want to be a guest on the Simply Ball Dropping podcast, man, you can always reach out, man. I mean, don't be scared to get behind the mic. All we're gonna do is press play. This is just topics of discussion and
stuff everybody probably already discussed.
Exactly, but y'all, I have a platform, guys, and we're getting things out, man, and the world is watching. And I'm going to say this like my man DeJuan Hall always says, man. If you feel nervous, just feel the fear and do it anyway. It's just like sitting around having a conversation, but now you being recorded and you being watched and you're being listened to a lot of people around the globe. So, man, I mean, we as Black folks, we have a lot of stuff that we can say. So y'all feel free, man. If y'all have any topics, let us know.
Everybody got a lot to say.
Yeah. So, I mean, if y'all don't have anything else, man, I think we're gonna wrap this one up, man. But if y'all off topic, man, if y'all can find out how we can get a solution and come to an agreement where, the Black man and the Black woman can both be on the same page and we can make this world a better place, we all for it.
Yes, definitely. We need to figure this out.
Yeah,
because we gotta get some Black couples together around here.
Yes.
Y'all stop fighting each other.
Black
love, man. It's Black History Month, and we almost at the end.
Hey, it's gonna be Black History. Yeah.
So
and every woman that roll her neck, that ain't no attitude, child.
Yeah.
Well,
not always.
Hey, we seen our mama roll her neck. She had attitude.
It's not.
Oh, that's
what happens when y'all have an attitude? Just asking.
Yeah.
Me personally, I'm gonna shut down, kind of get away from it. Like,
okay.
Yeah, and I don't think I'm an attitude type person. I'm not a
right. I mean, I'm pretty low key, not confrontational.
Yeah, I'm not confrontational. I don't think I am. You think I'm confrontational?
Okay. You is just soft spoken, subtle, and you just
don't let Brandon fool you.
Yeah,
Brandon.
I ain't gonna let you. I know.
I am. I try not to get my blood pressure up either.
Exactly.
I try not to get mine up either. I'm a go to myself type person.
Yeah, but always remember, guys, man, y'all can go visit www.simplyballdropping.com. I got the website on the screen, man. If you want to get the apparel, I got some t-shirts and some shorts coming up, so stay tuned. But the link is right there on the screen. So if you're interested, you can go to www.com. Simplyballdropping.com. Also, my co-host over here, I'll let her say her name. Go ahead and say your name.
My name is Kenesha Sappington.
Okay. And also, you can go to her website. I'll go ahead and pin it on the screen.
Oh yeah.
That's at www.bohochictx.com. I mean, for her accessories and handbags and stuff like that.
And follow me on Instagram, guys.
And you can follow her on Instagram. But you know, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in, man. We had a great show tonight, man, and I want to shout out to my new sponsorship, True Choice Insurance, for believing in me and believing in the vision of the Simply Ball Dropping podcast. And we got some things in store, man. So y'all stay tuned. And once again, we'll be back here again tomorrow night. Me and my co-host Kanisha Sappington for another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Marriage Chronicles. We got a love story that's going to be, presented and brought to you guys by Rod and Anna. So y'all stay tuned tomorrow, and we'll be right back at it.
Yeah.
So once again, that's going to wrap up another episode of the Simply Ball Dropping Podcast Roundtable Talk. And we're going to catch you on the next one. Deuces. Salute.